we live?
Gosh, you can't just interrupt him when he's about to start saying that we're live.
Technically, I'm not interrupting if he hasn't said anything.
That's not true.
Whoa, what happened to my
I
camera?
think it
Glenn,
might be.
you're just as bad right now.
My camera has been bumped. Okay, hold on. Jesus Christ. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome.
To a wonderful little game.
You gave yourself a microphone.
Oh no.
Again.
Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
good.
Patio to speak from.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Maxed and Doubled,
Oh, that's
episode 15. We had a relatively quiet start to the stream today, which I'm
It was
very
very chill.
surprised about.
That was nice.
In my defense, I did have an opening bit, but I forgot what it was. So stay tuned for that whenever I remember it.
Don't worry, I've got one, but it won't happen for a bit.
I have a plan. That
Don't worry,
will-
Oscar.
Was that
I
the pun?
respect you.
Was that it? Was that supposed to be a pun?
You'll find out later.
It won't happen for a bit. Is that right?
You'll find out later.
That actually was quite punny if that was intentional.
I don't think it was intentional. We have a couple announcements to make. The first is that Josh will be here next week, but then we'll be missing 4 or 5 weeks in a row, unfortunately.
Yes.
He's going to Japan,
Yeah.
like a weeb.
Excuse you.
I mean, it's
How-
not wrong.
You're not wrong, but how dare you call me out like that? On live, not TV.
Online.
I thought you were going to
Stream.
say on your
Thank you.
stream, and I was
Live
going to be like,
internet.
boy.
Yeah, we're playing
Our
Dungeons and
work.
Dragons.
Yeah,
You can't
we're
say
friggin'
weeb.
nerds, okay?
I'm the
But
cool
you're a
nerd.
weeb.
You're a weeb.
Mate, I'm a...
There's nothing wrong with being a weeb, Josh. You weeb.
It really depends on the intonation of the person
I-
calling you a weeb.
This is good, that's cool. When I claim...
And what are the other announcements,
When I report
Oscar?
bullying, I have evidence. It's fine.
The other announcement that we have is that we will be trialing a shift in our start times and in our format. Now, the format you'll get to find out later, but the
Here's a tease right
next
now.
week we'll be starting the same time as this week. After that, we are going to be shifting our start time back an hour and a half. So we'll be starting at 6 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time instead of 7:30, which is obviously now. So
Technically, it's
remember that.
7:32.
We'll make sure to re-announce that next week so that you are able to remind yourselves and
We'll
and
also
be here for
tweet
the
it.
right time. We will also
Put
be
it in.
tweeting, so make sure you follow us on Twitter over there at Max Out Official to see the announcements when we do go live. But yeah, we'll be trying that out and seeing how it goes. And if it lasts well, then we'll continue with that because it means it gives us more session time. We can't go too late as it stands, and we only go about 2 hours of actual playtime. So we want more.
And
But-
we can also talk shit and everything about what's going on, which is fun.
Yeah,
It's my favorite thing.
yeah, you like talking shit.
Yeah, then why do you stomp on it in your own campaigns, Josh? Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Oh.
Without
All
further
right.
ado,
Wow.
The change of format is I'm just going to roll better. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a progressive thing, but my dice will get more and more weighted, and the games will be more fun for me.
yeah.
That's the main change in format that you got to look forward
Have
to.
you actually rolled well at all
Let's find out.
this game?
Let's
I
find
want
out.
the main change in format for Archibald to suddenly stop using magic missile.
No, that's not going to happen. I don't want to have to
Archibald
roll
is
to hit.
respecing.
My God. Yes.
If I stop rolling magic missile, you'll know that I've missed a session because Oscar will have forgotten everything about how
Oh,
Archibald
trust me, it's the
goes.
one thing I will remember.
See, Silkus, yeah, he uses a cane, but he's really using a crutch.
Ooh.
Oh, I can't
Shaping.
wait to
Them
electrocute
spider
you.
moves. You know what? I can't wait
I
for a
got you.
one shot with these characters and watch those two kill each other.
Electrocute you, but you always use magic missile. How's that ever gonna happen?
Lightning bolt hits it, even if he passes his dexterity saving throw.
But it's not making missile though.
It's just that I
Just-
don't want to
just
have
let
to
me
roll
have
to
this.
hit. I just need to be able to point
Shoot!
and shoot.
Bam.
I'm going to put all the onus on everyone else.
Oh, boy.
So, without further ado, let's get into tonight's episode of Maxed and Doubled.
Yeah, what's happening?
Previously on Maxed and Doubled,
Da-da-dum, da-dum, dum,
you
dum,
checked up
da-dum.
on the couple whose house you broke into.
Thank
to,
you.
To heal them. Broke into
That's all I
that
need.
Silkus was very much a part of.
I'm out. Oh, fuck. I forgot.
To check up on how they were doing, how the woman that you actually gave Common's Remedy to was faring, and she seemed to have recovered. At which point you left Yolm, heading northward to meet up with Fenrir. You had some quite deep conversations over the period of your travel, your 2-day travel, but you made it, met up with Fenrir, and he led you to a campsite of his that he'd set up just in the boundaries of the Umbral network, just in a little bit of a mountainous area. You started a long rest, got most of the way through it, and unfortunately, Fenrir, being as tired as he was from the last few days, missed a telltale sign of some creatures coming to attack. You had a much longer than I intended battle with some unkegs, and
We were very tired
upon
after.
defeating all of them, that is where we've left off. So, it is the early hours always happening.
Oh.
We're turning some volumes down.
It's all
Yeah,
falling
you were
apart.
peeking the microphone for me every third word.
Sorry.
Every third. So what you do is stop talking
Stop talking.
after the second.
Yeah.
Then
exactly.
breathe.
Yeah.
And continue.
Exactly.
But
You
breathe quietly.
have a good
It's better, thank you.
point, Josh.
Thank you.
Oh God, no! Please don't show me. I don't like seeing me.
Yeah, what?
I don't like
When I-
seeing our conversation
When I
on
watch
Discord,
these
on
streams
stream.
back to edit them, I put a piece of paper over me the whole time. No, I don't. So
There's a bag.
it
Paper
was
bag.
the early hours of the 14th day
Thank you, Anna.
of Florence, which I still haven't marked off on my
Florence,
calendar
da-dee-da.
like an idiot.
Florence,
You have
da-dee-da.
just completed a battle with a number of unkegs. What would you like to do?
Get
How do
my
you spell
slots
Unkeg?
back.
Hey?
How do you spell Unkeg? Because I
A-
feel like it's like half uncle and half egg, and I just know that's wrong.
Ankheg.
A-N-K... What?
Heg.
Oh, that is not at all what I expected that to be spelled like.
It's like half
Okay.
Egyptian unk, half egg.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, I was going half unk, but half egg. But, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that was quite the yeah. Is everyone hurt? Anyone hurt? Everyone okay?
Fenrir
Is
kind of
everyone
just,
hurt?
oh. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I go back to bed.
I
Hopefully we
wipe a
don't-
glob of acid off my cheek, and there's like a slightly white mark where it was. Just
I'm
like,
wiping like blood off my chest. I'm pretty sure.
alright, that wasn't
So-
fun.
I'm literally gonna look at Finra like, and go back to bed.
Okay, you return to sleep. Everyone else?
Yep.
Anything you'd like to
Yeah,
discuss?
I'm just.
I do want to.
I'll see you in the morning.
I think we have a lot to
Me and
discuss.
John are both like, fuck this, sleep.
We have a lot to discuss and in the morning. So please, everyone.
I
get
do
some
like that
rest.
we're both doing that.
And I'm going to ritual cast alarm again around 20 foot around again. So
Okay.
the lasso comes out around
Yeah.
and goes around.
You did so.
Takes 10 minutes.
Fenrir returns to his watch, but he moves to a different position this time. He's actually outside your alarm, and he's standing in the passageway, listening out, and he's much more vigilant. You can see as you're heading to bed, because you can see that he looks very hurt, but he is.
Ugh. Okay, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna walk up and kill wounds on Finra.
Okay, how much do you
Sleep.
heal him?
He'll sleep it off.
Ugh. No, because he's not going to sleep, Josh.
He'll sleep it off.
1d8.
So being unconscious
plus-
from blood loss.
My spell ability modifier.
That's how it works, right?
That
Yeah,
is with proficiency, right?
I don't think it is.
Thank you.
So it's only plus 2?
Um,
So it would be plus 4.
Maybe. I don't know.
Why don't we just,
Have you got
round
a
it up
spell?
to 5?
Spell,
To 7.
it says my
So,
spell
yeah.
attack thingy is plus 4. So would that
That's
be what it is?
proficiency.
Yeah, then that's plus that modifier. Yeah.
Yeah, the plus modifier.
So 10.
10.
Hey.
Sweet. It visibly helps him out.
I'm gonna do like a there, you big baby, and then I'll go to bed.
He raises an eyebrow at you, but otherwise returns to his watch. I'm going to roll Perception for
Do we
him
remember
for
who
us.
was
That's a
who
much
was
fucking better
on
roll.
watch though? Was it Fenrir?
He was the third last. He was the third watch. So there's one more watch after this. I think.
That's right.
You've taken?
Still, because
No, you were gonna take the last one.
He wasn't taking any.
Oh, you weren't taking any. Right.
He's done a lot of.
I've
training
taken my
recently,
You've
watch,
taken
so-
one. You were gonna take last watch.
Yes.
Yes.
was.
Yeah, because the big competition
now I'm-
between him and the dog.
But now I'm actively fucked fighting Pestilence if I don't have a full 8.
That's fine. You'll get.
We
your
still
own.
have another day's
Okay.
travel before we reach
Generally,
this.
when I do this, I
that's
like to
good.
include long rest in the thing,
Alright.
unless it's a prolonged battle. This was not designed to be prolonged.
Not
So,
As if like we decide to continue. to
Archibald
stay away.
Fenrir wakes you up.
Yep. Hello.
Use your watch.
Yep. I get up.
Turns to sleep.
I am changing my spells.
I look over at Sulfur. Hour and 55 minutes. and then I just sit there and I'm keeping an eye out. I'm being pretty vigilant. I'm also focused on that face in the umbral stream.
I'm looking at the man in the umbral stream.
Didn't work at all. Stop singing. What have we told you about singing on stream? Only at the
Now he's
end.
just got the song stuck in my head.
And at the middle. And during. I wasn't
So,
listening.
roll perception first. And then roll your arcana.
14, 13, 12.
13? Okay.
12.
12. Oof!
Side note, Oscar, are you going to show off your pretty new thing?
Oh yeah, I have a
Don't-
dice tray, guys.
No, we're talking about the back injury.
yeah. Yeah. I have a dice tray, so maybe I'll stop rolling onto the friggin' table.
It'd be good if you also got the dungeon.
Unlike Josh, I do have 2 actually, and neither of them are suitable.
Is one just a middle finger straight to
Unlike
the
Josh,
game?
I can actually get my dice in a dice tray.
Excuse
Well,
you. How
we have
is
yet
mine?
to see.
You know what's
I will
sad
prove you
is
wrong.
that yours is like half
Oh,
the size
that's
of
a
his
one.
dice tray, and you can get stuff in the tray.
Yeah.
This was purposely okay. So this was purposely bought by a mate of mine, because he bought me a smaller one that was like quarter sizes, and
Clearly
after
didn't learn his
rolling
lesson.
after rolling a few times, he went back and got this. Asked the guy that he has a problematic player with rolling dice, and so he got this, and I have rolled out of it at least.
You also
30
destroyed
times.
it with your goddamn spiky die.
Yeah,
Does it have like a trampoline bottom on it, maybe?
it must have or some.
Glenn is beating his dice into submission right now. He just rolled a nat 20 after all of that.
Dear Lord.
he's really wow. 2,
What kind
3,
of-
5. there we go.
What did you
19.
roll for perception?
He rolled a 12 for
Oh, well.
perception and a natural 1 for arcana.
Alright, let's get going.
You focus.
Yeah.
You focus.
I'm more. I think I'm thrown off by.
By the screams that you continue hearing over your watch.
Am I hearing screams?
You are.
So this
You're
is not
still
jealous.
hearing that inhuman scream every now and again
Right.
throughout
Yeah.
your watch.
Yeah. I guess I'm like more focused on making sure that I don't chuck a Fenrir and miss something obvious like a
Wow,
herd
is
of
that going to be a
ants.
coined term now?
Oh,
Fenrir will take it.
I mean,
It better not. It's mine.
he's already patented it.
I do love the idea of like one of us missed something and it's like, oh, chucked a real Fenrir there.
It's gonna be like 2 years later.
He'll
and
accept
we're just
it.
gonna use it. He'll be dead, and we'll still use it.
Yeah, he'll roll so bad that he will die
It'll happen.
very shortly here.
and then
Okay.
and then 2 weeks afterwards,
Wow.
one of us is stabbed, bleeding out and unconscious, and we're just like, throwing a Fenrir, are we?
I see it equivalent to almost like a sock injury. Like the sock guys, it's like, oh, injured shin. Ah, I can't play anymore. Now equivalent to that.
That sounds like an amazing curse to have.
The soccer injury curse. Yeah. Or the Peter Griffin. Yeah.
Or now known
when
as the
he
Fenrir.
said that, I thought of Peter Griffin.
So, what are you distracted by?
I'm distracted by doing a good job.
Okay. You seem to do a fairly good job.
Okay,
Course of
good.
your watch goes by without too much issue. You're getting a little bit wet.
And we do have
What do you think?
Another
is your
day's
purpose
worth of
for?
travel
Well,
and
I
camping
really just
before
tried
we
too
hit
hard.
Pestilence's camp, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, that's what Fenrir has told you. So,
Thank God.
5 minutes before my watch is scheduled to end,
okay.
I would like to cast Levitate on Sulfur.
Okay, is it a DC or it just happens? I think it's a DC, right?
I think it is a
Strength
DC,
saving
yeah.
throw.
Or Constitution. But I trust you
Yeah,
more than anything.
it
Makes sense either.
an unwilling creature that succeeds on a Constitution saving throw
it's
is
con, yeah.
unaffected.
There you go.
There we
Con saving throw
Yeah.
for Sulfur, please.
That's great. Oh, do we have any white?
Natural one.
Natural one.
Wow.
Which
You
would
watch-
be 2.
You watch.
I'm literally going to cast Levitate, so it makes her feel like she's an
Swimming.
inch or two off the ground.
Yeah. I
Not
mean,
high enough to be disconcerting,
yeah.
but high enough to be
You can't control it
disconcerting.
though, right? You
Yeah.
can't control it though, right?
I can.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
You can control where you
control
where
the
she
height.
I think also direction,
Okay.
like you can go back and forwards. as
I
well.
will read it out.
I thought it was like it's horizontal and
Um,
vertical.
One
Doesn't
target
think
or
of it
object
spell.
of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and
Yeah.
remains suspended there for the duration. The spell can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds. The target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach, such as a wall or ceiling, which allows it to move as if it were climbing. You can change the target's attitude by up to 20 feet in either direction on your turn. If you're the target, you can move up or down as part of your move. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell's range.
What spell school is that? Like what school is that?
That would be
That would-
abjuration,
Would that be it?
Transmutation.
transmutation.
Thought so.
So you watch as Sulfur just off the ground, just starts hovering there, and she immediately her ears twitch, and you watch as from her curled up position, her head raises, she looks around, nothing seems to be wrong.
Is she
She
doing?
doesn't understand what's happening.
Is she doing little doggy paddles?
Yeah.
No, she'll start doing that when she looks down.
She looks down and she's like, my feet aren't extended. What is happening? And you watch her start to do this. But she's not moving. She's not going anywhere.
I just look at her. What's going on, Sulfur? Morning.
With that, I would like to think that I wake up to him saying, "What's going on?" in a very sheepish manner.
Yeah. You wake up, you hear him say this, and you see Sulfur levitated about a couple inches off the ground and dog paddling. Her back feet are starting to go now too.
Yeah. To be fair,
Oh.
if the spell ends, she takes 2d6.
No, she
No, no.
doesn't.
Only
20
if
feet?
he's 10
She's not that far off the
It
ground.
goes
She's
up-
only
it
like
goes
this
up to-
far off the
oh,
ground.
He can
okay,
move
sorry.
there. He can
I'm seeing
control the
20
altitude.
feet in the spell. My bad. That's saying.
Um,
Also, I don't know this character.
is-
He could be sadistic in his past life.
It-
We don't
He
know.
said explicitly like an inch.
I read between the lines.
So
On a different page.
if I'm waking up and seeing my rather large, majestic wolf literally dog pedaling in midair,
It's funny 'cause
I'm
then she
going
could start
to
spinning around.
pretty much just be like, I don't know how long that lasts for, but you did this to your damn self and walk off and have breakfast. Just
She
leave
did this
her
to
there.
herself.
I mean, at this point, I don't even remember who started this.
It was definitely
She did.
Sulfur.
She did, yeah. That's
No,
what I'm saying.
well,
She
yeah.
did this to her damn self. She
Oh,
can
okay.
stay
Oh, it's
floating
her.
there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna help.
I'll wake up and then get out of my tent. I'm like,
I'd like to.
great sleep, and I turn like, Sulfur, Archibald, and continue walking.
I'd like to think that as Sariel got up, she just bumped Sulfur a bit, so Sulfur just started going sideways.
I also want to picture like
She's
she starts.
spinning
Yeah,
slightly.
I picture like she's starting to spin in one spot as well.
This is Thor in Ragnarok at the start.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, hold on.
Wait,
I'll get there in the end. So, you all have a long rest.
Yeah.
Yay!
Except he casts a first level spell at the end of it, so
Except-
he's.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
has a second level spell at the end of it.
Oh, it has
I'll
second
have you know.
level.
Yes.
Wow.
But
There
it
we
was
go.
fun,
It
and I made
was.
sure
Yeah.
that we didn't have to do anything too drastic today, like fight the perception of Avatar of Illness.
Pestilence.
Let's go with that one. I had a whole bunch of
Perception
them.
of illness.
No, it was Incarnation of Illness, Avatar of Ailments.
Dude of Destruction.
Dude of destruction.
No, that's War.
That's war.
That is true. Yeah. Although one can
War
call
is
the other.
totally a dude.
I mean, when you
He
think about
totally
it,
dropped out of college.
Yeah.
he was a
Is Dude of Desolation Pestilence or Death, do you think?
Death.
desolate. But see, it all kind of connects though, because one can lead into the other very easily.
Oscar, did I
Yeah.
ever show you the T-shirt I really wanted to buy you?
Teamwork.
Yes, you did. The unicorn.
The
Yeah.
4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse
Before the-
T-shirt.
before the
Wait.
apocalypse.
Death is Dude of Damnation.
Dude of damnation.
Wow.
Hey, dude.
So this
You're
is a
so
conversation
fu-
that is happening during breakfast, by the way.
Oh,
Finger is
boy.
watching with great amusement.
Oh, so this he watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I've been thinking, and I've got a question for you guys. If you have like a loaf of bread that extends infinitely on either side and a slice of ham in the middle, is that a sandwich? I just been thinking about this since I
I make
woke up.
tea.
Yes. Yes, it is a sandwich.
What if they connect?
John.
I want to say yes,
John.
but I
Then
also
it's a
don't like.
sausage
I
sandwich.
also
If
don't
you're
like
standing on
one-sided
one part of the
arguments.
world with a piece of ham and bread, and someone else is standing on the other half of the world with a piece of bread and lettuce,
They'd fall off. The
are
world's
you a huge
flat.
sandwich?
Am I between the pieces of bread?
Yes.
Are you saying you're in a
Maybe?
meat in a,
I
in a
don't
sandwich?
know.
Or?
I'm going to say all this and then give him the fucking tea.
Do you drink the tea?
Like shake my head, wince as I constantly do, go like, why do I always do that and drink the tea?
Okay.
All right. Well,
So
so what's the plan now? Are we still going to head over?
Fenrir pipes up and he says, "Well, you've all got reservoirs, yeah? I assume you got me a couple as well, hopefully."
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, I left them back in your...
I left it in my other pocket.
No, I didn't.
That's it.
Appreciated.
It was really hard to miss.
2.
Yes. Fantastic. He takes
got
those off
enough.
you, chucks them in his own bag,
Oh, yeah, sure.
and hands.
So now we have
600
8.
gold.
Make sure you note that.
600 gold to you.
Thank you.
But-
They were worth 300 gold each.
True.
Yeah, but we didn't pay for them.
Don't tell
He
him
doesn't
that.
know that.
Profit.
I'm telling him
Profit.
this.
I'm gonna cover her mouth.
That's
Just 'cause,
alright.
like, that's she doesn't
If he
understand.
tries
how
to
this-
cover my mouth, I'm gonna do one of those like kung fu moves where I like grab his hand, twist his arm around. the
I'm
way.
using mage hand.
Mage hand is not very strong.
You should
It
have
could
used
take
big
a-
guns.
Captain,
I don't think it could.
it's for the service.
It can.
Alright, thank
Hold
you.
on.
Well, welcome.
Hold
I will
on.
go into the party
Maceration.
funds.
Manipulate option. You can move it.
Oh my god.
It's spectral, so it doesn't actually do anything. But it's just like it's the you know the message I'm sending.
So,
I send message.
I spent those days that you were in Yong, I spent scouting out the area. I've gone on a few different routes. I found the outpost itself. It looks to be based in some old ruins. Large things sticking up out of the ground. Don't know what it is, haven't been inside, but relatively well guarded, it seems, by some fairly large demonic looking things.
Oh, good.
It'll probably be a stealth mission, but I'm fairly confident that 5 of us, well 6 if you count Sulfur, could get out of it in a
She
pinch if we need
bristles
to.
and kind of growls at him at the idea that she wouldn't be counted.
Levitation ends at that moment.
Yeah.
I do want to say that I have slight doubts on that. Are they anything more than what we thought just last night? Because if that's the case, we're
I'd
gonna
say so.
we're gonna be having
But
trouble.
as I said,
I
I
mean,
think
I
getting
highly
out,
doubt-
not a problem.
What's
I would highly doubt that there are those particular creatures in Pestilence servers.
I'm not saying that. I'm
I've
saying
seen no uncos there, but
the level of difficulty, in a sense where these
I love how this
creatures.
seems like it's directed directly at the DM, like, Oscar,
Yeah.
not so difficult, please.
What I'm saying is that
If you were to rate the difficulty of these guards on some kind of challenge rating scale,
what do you
as
give it?
compared to the
On a scale of 1 to 30.
yeah, exactly.
What I'm trying to say is that if the creatures that we're gonna have with Pestilence are a lot more tougher than what we just fought, we're gonna have trouble.
No, we're not going to take them all on at once. I don't intend to send you to your death. I don't want to go to my death myself.
Well, I wouldn't really think.
I reckon we destroy Pestilence and bring the house down on everything else.
I think you're underestimating the difficulty of.
I think
Pestilence.
that what we do is we kill Pestilent, and then we go out somewhere to the middle of nowhere and let Archibald fiddle with his wand that likes to light things on fire,
Don't say it like that.
and
No,
just
it's exactly that.
and just let him play with it until the building's on fire.
I mean,
see,
That's some serious friction.
that's a medical condition.
Don't need my wand to set things on fire, but point taken.
Pacey. Somehow our plan is we kill a horseman of the apocalypse. That's not a plan. Do you have any?
I just
do you have a
realised it
plan?
made it sound like I was saying that
I do.
Archibald wanted to play with his winky,
Please.
and I apologise.
Do mention it, because honestly, I'm
Oh.
all for trying to take it on if we can, but I don't see how.
We get in, which, considering what I've seen from all of you, shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'd prefer to avoid a fight on the surface if possible, but if necessary, we may be able to do it. And if push comes to shove, I'm sure we can get out of there quick enough. But we get in. If you need, I'm happy to scout ahead. I haven't been in there myself, but all I want is to see inside. If we then withdraw, leave, and wait for maybe an ambush on Pestilence as he comes out, I'm happy with that. But I'd like to get Pestilence on his own if possible.
Right. So okay. First things first. Details. Need information. Creatures that have followed Pestilence. I need also witnesses. Any knowledge you have on Pestilence? Is it melee based? Is it more range based? I need all kind of information before we can even
I don't
think
think
of a
he has
tactician.
it. That's the part of the problem.
He's been following for a long time. He should at least know something
I can
about
tell you as much as I have.
about his abilities. Besides his aura.
Silkers, were you not working on possibly figuring out a way to put the remedy into some sort of arrowhead?
I have been working on that. Had a bit of a stop here and there, but I think I'm making slow progress. I'm not sure if it's going to be ready by then.
Interesting. Keep working on that. That could be a very useful thing.
Well, I was just wondering, Fenrir, if you knew enough about how Corma puts her stuff together, since you're such great friends and all, that you might be able to help him with it. Maybe he'd get it done faster that way.
I don't know much about what Corma does. It's not my specialty. She helps me out, that's for sure, but not really very
She seems
knowledgeable
to
in that
know
area.
you pretty well.
Trust me, that's not true.
So, do you know anything about Pestilence itself besides the aura? Does it? What weapons does it have?
Pestilence uses a mace of some sort in close combat.
Takes out my book and I start writing stuff down.
Okay. Pestilence uses a mace of some sort. Seems to have clerical abilities to a degree. He's not very powerful in close range combat. Every time I have seen him fight, he tends to send his lackeys into the battle and withdraw himself. He and his horse are unfortunately able to stride into the umbral plane, which means that they are able to escape, but as it stands currently, we are not within umbral range. Well, we will not be within umbral range.
Will it be a will? Do you think Consumer would take an Umbral with us? Do you think there's a
I don't
chance they
think you
could?
can ride the backpacks.
There's a jetpack. Just
He could use that, but it's contained. Once those run
That
out,
would be a
or-
result.
does he cast any spells or?
He does. As I said, some clerical abilities. I don't know all of them. I don't really know what they are at all,
Right.
in fact. But for the
Right.
most part, he tends to prefer his lackeys do the job for him.
And these lackeys are what again?
Well, Slud, to a degree, although they tend to just man where he's being as opposed to where he's going.
Oh, great.
And other demonic entities.
So what you're saying is that we have a target that is surrounded by lackeys that could cause issues, as we're not all able to do.
You're not
AoE
listening,
stuff.
Silgus.
I'm listening quite clearly. And we
He
have
said
someone
where
that
he's been, not where he is. So there's slides and stuff where he was. Yeah?
I have no doubt that there will be a number of demons, other things inside the base.
right, and this
But-
creature, this pestilence, has a way to escape. Not to mention clerical abilities, which means
Only in
if any
certain
injury
situations.
happens, possibly could heal himself in any.
You went to the
lesser.
academy. Tell me, do you recall exactly how Umbra works with teleportation?
Of course I do.
Roll a history check.
Do I really have to roll a history check on
I
something
roll
I
an Arcana
studied?
check, sorry.
Thank
I'm in
you.
this conversation too.
Roll an
Nat fucking 20.
Very nice.
First roll of the day.
Nat 12, so 19.
19.
If you rolled a nat 20, I'd been so happy. That would have been
You-
great.
You very easily recall this, and at the slightest of prompting, as soon as Fenrir starts talking, you're like, yes, I know what he's talking about. He explains, he
Memory is terrible.
basically what you remember of it is that to teleport, to really do anything, you enter the what's classified as the umbral plane, also known as the ethereal plane, for a brief time. You follow the umbral network to a destination, and then you leave the umbral plane. So essentially, based on what you know of the network and how teleportation works, if Pestilence were to travel into the umbral plane, which is what Fenrir is describing, in one of your batteries, he'd be contained. He wouldn't. If he came, he'd be able to come back out at will because that's part of what Fenrir is describing. But he wouldn't be able to travel into the umbral network until you returned to the umbral network.
Yeah.
So he'd be contained within the battery, within the reservoir.
It's like trapping someone in an answering machine.
Kind, yeah. I actually
Yes,
like that. I like
actually,
that.
just watched that
I like
episode.
that. That's great. All right. Well, what I'm saying here is that so if we can, we could probably trap it. Okay.
Trapping's probably not the ultimate goal. He can come in and out as he wishes, but
We need to
he
separate.
can't go anywhere.
We need to find a way to separate Pestilence and his lackeys. I have an idea.
Mm.
This is gonna. Has Pestilence ever been seen without its horse?
Not by me. He
Does the
tends to
horse
always
have
go
any
with it.
kind of ability itself?
If I were to guess based on what I've seen, I'd say entering the umbral plane is the horse's ability, not Pestilence's.
Interesting. I have an idea. You have the spell Levitate.
I do.
We
I
c-
can see where this is going.
we could separate him, put him in midair. He can't move. We could possibly even do it on the horse. If the horse teleports, there's a way we could possibly still. He'll still be in the air because he'll still be cast Levitate on it. We target it. We keep him there. Then we just use all range abilities against him. I know that leaves you down to 0. However, you can be with my help. We can take on the lackeys.
I am not opposed to taking Pestilence out of action like this. I think this would be. This is the perfect scenario if we manage to pull it off.
I
But
bet
John,
it will
you
be
can
hard
always-
to pull off.
You can always stab him in the feet with your fork.
Just break his ankles.
Oh, when it comes to it, he could maybe turn the horse into
It's like
horse glue
stepping on
with his
Lego.
body.
It'll be really, really painful.
So we could do that, and I think that's a good idea. The only concern about that is clerical abilities, which means he's probably a bit stronger to take on against Levitate. But the end plan at the moment,
It may not be
I've
life
really figured it
cleric,
out.
though.
I'm not really sure, honestly.
I would highly. I don't think it's life cleric. Not with how he operates.
Well, I'm not talking in class-wise. I'm just saying the
Well-
abilities. So he might be quite strong
You mean
in certain
mentally
areas,
he might be quite strong, he might be...
which is something that does require for
Fortified.
Levitate. No, Levitate is Constitution.
It's for
Levitate's
fortitude,
constitution.
basically.
Fortitude, yeah.
Yeah, like
So it might actually be alright because they're not.
this guy rides through everywhere, leaving a trail of sickness.
So,
And
unless he's constantly resisting his own disease, I'd expect
He could slowly be
him-
eating
yeah.
away at himself. It must be
do you
very slow
reckon
though
he's
for living
very
so long.
constitutional?
It's possible, definitely possible if it's been able to survive its
I
own.
think it's worth a shot anyway.
It's the plan I've
I would
got.
really like to
You've
do
got a
what
better
I do
plan.
in video games right now and find the enemy, be shaped like a rock, hidden, and then right click with my mouse and examine his proficiency.
I also have another proposition. In the idea of getting in there.
Mm.
We're not all the most stealthiest of group.
Speak for yourself.
I am.
Okay, good.
That being said, I have alter self as a spell. I could use that to alter myself to one of the lackeys and use that as a way to get in. I can be able to convince others that I am that, so I'm sure I could probably get in if that's necessary. I don't really want to, it's the last option.
I'd say that's the last resort. I agree.
Thank you.
We don't want to send anyone in on their own. Not to do something like that.
But what we need is, if we're going to do this plan that I mentioned, we'll need him out in the open. Because if he's in something like underground, it's not going to... He's just going to be up on the roof.
Agreed. We can assess the situation when we're all there and able to maybe clear out an area first.
I gotta say, I do wish that either of us knew some form of teleportation
Oh, so do
magic.
I. That'd make things so much easier.
Out of character, I really wish I'd have taken Misty Step. But no, I just had to go for the sulfur goose.
In character, doesn't Fenrir know Misty Step?
Fenrir does, yeah. You watched him do it during the battle.
That's
last
why I
time.
said it.
There's something that bears mentioning. You said he had Slardy followers.
Yeah, those ones that you met in the smuggler's town, they're part of Fenrir's gang.
Oh, really?
There
Fenrir's
were
gang?
Fenrir's gang, Pestilence's gang.
Oh, is that
He's
what you're
taken,
talking about?
Freudian
he's taken
slip.
new company since
And
I
then
knew
he
him.
reels the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pestilence all along.
I am the BBEG.
There were.
I knew it!
It's always been Oscar this entire time.
This whole time.
What?
I am breaking the fourth wall.
I thought it was Twee.
There was a pair of
a-
Slardy as
it's
we
a
were
duo.
passing through Freda
The Team
town
Rocket.
that took note of me, and I don't know that they would have me having any connection, or just think that I was out of place because I was passing through town, but they could know that we are coming.
I mean,
in
they
some
could
way or
recognize
other.
us. I mean, not me. I wasn't. I use alter self.
Although,
I think moving with
What?
the utmost caution is a good idea, but assuming he knows we're coming, I don't think he does, but we should play it as if he does.
what if he does? Because we might be noted because of getting into that fight with War and Chimera. He might have described us to his lake in some way.
That was a good point.
It's possible, but they get into scraps decent
I mean,
amount. The
John's
two of them
suit is not
especially.
exactly nondescript.
It's true,
Hmm.
but I don't believe
War
either of
seemed-
those two riders have seen you since.
War seemed very dismissive of us.
Oh yeah,
Which
we were no threat
was-
to him.
They definitely know me,
Probably good in our favour.
but I'm only one man. I don't think they expect much from me.
Well, we expect a lot except for looking out.
What's the
No, I expect that.
what's the terrain around the fortification? Do you know? Is it
Mostly jungle, not very thick jungle where it is. There are some thick areas on the way, but we can potentially route around them, although each route has its own risks. North of the outpost is quite a swampy area.
Yeah.
Probably want to avoid that, although it is another option.
We need somewhere that does not have a lot of trees.
Um,
Need
We
out
can
in
also
the
follow
open.
the mountain range.
I
Oh, in the mountain range
Might-
would be pretty good.
have a disagreement with you there.
I'm just thinking on the
Are
idea of
there any
location.
people living in this area?
Not that I've found. The only life I've found are creatures of all kinds, and I'll tell you what, I've been making this. He hands that to you.
It's a new sheet of paper. How is it so dirty?
Yeah, I've been writing up against walls.
If we
about,
do the mountain range,
trees.
if we cast levitate, we could try and
In the
push him.
mud.
We can try and push him off and then just dispel, and he has to fall at least 300 feet and kill instantly.
What's the
Yeah, I'll take a
hazard-
photo of
yeah.
that for
What's the hazard around the beach zone?
the beach. Oh, that's safe
not
as far as I'm
enter
aware. It
Japan.
seems those two spots seem like fairly safe areas.
Do not enter.
Oh, that side.
Probably safe. That's your
I
brain.
wouldn't be
Some sort of
too
miasma.
pleased with a beach though, because we've got boats and such.
Here, I'll,
like that.
Not on that side, there won't be. That
I thought it
that is
was
an
sorry.
area that not many things survive for long in.
I'm not even sorry.
We do not want to go there under any circumstances. Alright, there we go. So if you guys want to keep looking at that, if you want.
What
Don't give him more ammunition.
what I
He'll
am
just use it against me.
considering. Okay. I imagine
Yeah,
that
Swampland.
Thank you.
I imagine that Sarel, you might have the biggest objection with this. How much do you care about the local wildlife here? Because we could just try to burn the forest down.
I'd prefer not.
Can
to
I
do that
look
'cause
around
we could have
our
problems
general
elsewhere.
area of tracks, information about what lives here?
Sure.
That being
You'll have to
said,
just duck out of the campsite for
We
a
have
Yeah,
someone
I'm
that
gonna
can
do
do
that.
So-
If it
roll a
catches,
survival
yeah.
check for me.
What's this? What's the safe spot? Oh, question mark.
Did you say
As far as I'm
survival?
aware, it's safe. I have seen some birds flying around that look like they could do some damage, but nothing particularly huge, and that spot seems relatively clear of stuff. Yes, survival.
17.
17. You look around for a moment, and you find a whole lot of tracks all over the place.
Are there any wolf tracks other than sulfur?
Not that you can see.
What was the climate
I'll
like
go
around
back
here
to
again?
Okay. It's pretty humid and hot around
Okay.
here. This whole area is, as you where you met Fenrir and
Yeah.
the part that he led you through to get to the campsite.
Yeah.
It was all the starts of just jungle.
Yeah.
Really hot, humid air, lots of
Yeah.
moisture, large trees, dense undergrowth for the most part.
Yeah.
Ghosts. Oh, that's always lovely.
As I said, every route has its risks. We could take the mountains, we could take the forest, we could go between them,
I prefer the forest.
we could even go north.
I don't think I'm made for the jungle.
Fenrir, I didn't see any, but are there any wolves in the area?
Haven't seen any myself. Pretty much everything here is some twisted form of something. They all come from those eastern parts along the eastern coast of Dalandar. Been many, 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 many years, and they have spread out along this peninsula where there's no civilization or umbral connection or anything. They just seem to love this peninsula. Twisted creatures.
John, no. I'm not particularly attached to any of the surrounding fauna.
I mean, it could cause a bit of a problem though elsewhere. Like
I guess
something that it could turn. A fire like that could take notice from other people of importance. I'm just thinking.
it's a forest fire where no one lives. They'll notice it, but they won't be angry at us.
If a
Unless it
forest-
reaches the
If
smugglers.
a fire burns in a forest and no one's around to see it, is it really on fire?
Look, Glenn, I had one job: to not have a forest fire. Okay.
Only,
you fail at that.
only you
I'm
can do it.
I'm
Not
stopping it
However-
now. I'm stopping it now. I draw the line.
I am strongly against lighting forest fire.
And the pen drops.
I guess
Joke's on you. It was a stencil.
the
I may not be attached to the creatures, but I am attached to the land, forest.
okay.
I wouldn't feel particularly comfortable burning anything like that down.
Okay.
Not deliberately.
If I have to make a choice between all of you and a forest, I'm lighting that bitch up.
And that's
So-
my
I just
decision.
think-
He just asked my opinion.
Yeah.
Here's the
Thank you.
May I ask the reason though? To really clarify.
If it's a big enough fire, their chances of escaping are pretty slim. Like, this isn't the best
what about our
terrain
escape?
for it, but
What
I
if
mean,
Is Pestilence too
if
tough?
if we can light it up, if we can stand upwind of them, I suppose. Like, if I don't know how fast he can. I guess the teleportation is still a thing.
Yeah.
That he could get out. Potentially.
I think we should put that on the back burner, and not like that one either.
No, Mr. Pro-Life, how could you?
Do I sense a bit of sarcasm there? I'm not the one that killed the egg.
Sounds to me like
Turn
we're running
away.
good plans. I like this. I like my chances when we've got this many plans. Something to fall back on.
Just
I'm just saying, like, that's a
point me in a direction, and I will shoot.
if we do burn down, let's just say we do.
Mm.
I could probably find a way to justify it in sense of in the long run, because land can heal itself. Something that a pestilence does is something that land would take even longer to heal. So we get rid of pestilence. Small sacrifice there, something that can heal itself. That's all right. But I still think we should keep that on the back. Plan G.
I'm happy to keep discussing.
Plan F. Fire.
The main issue that I'd have with it anyway is we wouldn't really know whether we had succeeded. And I'd kind of hate to have a plan where we pull it off and then we have no idea whether he's dead or not, and no realistic hope of finding his body.
Do I even think he's killable? I know that's a silly question, but I mean,
I would say he is, but perhaps not to poison.
You've indicated
yeah.
that he has limits, so I would assume that he's not a god of some sort.
I definitely don't think he's on the level of deities, that's for sure.
I understand.
He's
There are
definitely
Lord of
not.
mortalities and
Could be some sort of demigod, perhaps.
He's definitely
Could be
not
demigod.
aging like a mortal. So
But
Yeah, but then again, neither do elves.
it's true.
that is true. That's
You
very
think
true.
it's
We
an elf?
age very, very slowly.
Could be a very, very warped elf.
Could be a very, very warped tortoise.
A very, very warped what? What did he say?
Tortoise.
The same ones that the flat Earth lives on. Yes, they're the turtles of time.
Turtles
We've
of
solved
time.
it. These aren't the horsemen; they're the turtles of time.
Holy shit.
Checkmate,
You
atheists.
just said that so straight.
Are you implying that they are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Of
on
time. Of time.
Donatello's totally death.
Yeah, actually.
Raphael's
War.
I agree on that.
Michelangelo's.
Michelangelo's Pestilence
No, he's
because we're
just
killing
funny.
him first.
Oh, wow. Pestilence.
Oh,
he-
Glenn.
I mean, he's a party dude, and when parties go for too long, you get very sick of it. So it kind of works. There's straw man in that, but it works. What about Leonardo?
Wow,
though?
Josh. I
There's
think
literally only one option left.
I think the joke is sort of.
This is what I do. Let me have.
Shall we walk and talk?
I'm still
I think
just
we're already
shocked
doing
that he said
No,
two
okay.
tortoises. I almost said turtles, and that's not quite.
Diddle.
same.
Tell enough for the
Let's
turtle.
decide on path.
Hmm.
Which way are we going? Look, I can tell you that there's a probable safe spot up the top if we want to travel for
How
a
long?
day or so.
That'll take longer, wouldn't it?
It would, but
Safer.
maybe
Are we
not
in
a bad idea.
Are we really in a rush though? Do you have
I
an
don't see
idea
a
how
reason
long
to be in a rush.
he's going to stay there?
I don't, but
Really?
he's always easy to find, especially in a dense jungle like this.
To be fair, do we really want to take our sweet time, get there, and he's actually gone past us somehow?
Do we know which
But do
route
we
he
want
took? Do we know which route he took? Because if he comes back this way, it'll probably be the same route.
I'm sure we
So at
just
least
follow the
that
route
way.
and leaves.
I found his path. He travelled pretty much straight through. There's a pile of dense jungle in there in the middle that he's moved just around. Seems like his horse can't really handle it, which is fair enough.
It's not
Well,
unsurprising given the injury.
But he's taken a pretty direct route. The only exception that I found when following his tracks was he diverted himself around that huge centipede.
Well, here's an idea.
I
Huge
found.
what?
The centipede. Oh,
Right there, in the
centipede.
center, right there in the center of the map.
Right, smack in the middle.
I'm going to take the map and look at it more carefully. Sariel does not like bugs.
She's got it. She's
I've
it.
got
I know,
a
wanted-
picture of it, Josh.
So, okay. Well, I think us three really shouldn't have the option of where we should
It
go.
literally just says huge centipede.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
Yeah.
so descriptive.
I found that out the hard way, and I definitely think we should avoid that too.
Personally, I think we should leave it up to the quote-unquote rangers that know the land better than us to decide what would be the
I'm just
best
happy
course.
that this map, unlike the other ones that I've
You
seen
realise
in
I
this
am the
area-
only ranger.
Josh knows what he is. Silkus does not.
I'm saying this to Zilkas.
He has a bow. It's close enough to
He's
me.
a ranger.
So do you now.
You can become Silkus.
I'm just picturing him walking
I
around
become
everywhere now going,
Silkus, the Fenrir.
Sounds like you can become Silkus.
Yeah, I fucked up. Leave me alone. I'm just glad that this map, unlike other maps that I've seen of Daelandar's regions, at least this one doesn't say fucking trees and shit.
I mean, the way I see it, the quickest way we could get there is past the huge centipede.
I
I don't want to fight a hood centipede. If
I think
Pestilence
Maybe
don't
we
wanna-
can convince the centipede to be
Sorry.
on our team.
John, you're about to say something.
I'm happy to defer in regards to efficiency and safety of overland travel, but I think from a tactical standpoint, if he retreats, he's probably going to retreat by the same route. So I will at least want to have a chance of catching him if he happens to leave
That's a good point.
this way, at least.
I don't want to really go to a huge centipede because even Pestilence avoided it.
We'll be taking his path, so we'll be avoiding
Yeah.
it too.
And that
Good plan
would,
to me.
that's going through what Death's
Like-
Juggle.
It'll
Right
be
next to it.
it'll
Although
be,
we might want to cut through it.
I like to avoid the
irritating.
jungle.
It's harder terrain, but I think it's the best option.
I'm not really made for jungle.
Well,
You'll
you'll just have
notice.
to pack a spare pair of socks then.
Oh, I have a few. They're bright and colourful.
Good, keep your feet dry.
Put your big boy pants on and we'll just get it over with.
You know, the ones with the suspenders and the boots attached to them.
Oh, yeah, these ones. Well,
Shall
It's
we move
actually
then?
a very fashionable romper, I'll have you know.
I think he's the one that's got the accent the closest,
He's got it,
actually.
yeah, he's got it.
He's got
I hereby vote that Michael does the
All
Silver's
of
voice
Silver's
and
voices.
Josh
Oh,
is in.
yeah, even when I'm here, he can just talk. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I will
That was
just...
actually quite eloquent and beautiful.
That was really...
Shall we move?
There's where I messed up.
It's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but how dare you?
Shall we move?
Yeah, let's get going.
Yes.
This whole time, you've kind of all been milling around, striking camp, taking everything down, packing it all away. So you are ready to move off now. He leads the way out of the campsite area and begins to head north once again into the jungle. Now, marching order, please. You've got room to spread out if you want to go sideways, but what is our formation that we've got going here?
Fenrir is
I'm
up the
gonna-
front.
I'm gonna walk alongside him so I can start to recognize terrain.
Would it be smarter if we have Fenrir in the front, we have Cyril in the back, because she's got the best perception out of all of us.
No, I want Sariel up the front so we can use her ability to ignore rough terrain.
She can do that in general, just being near us.
Yeah, but we don't.
have to
I've
be
always
specific.
pictured
I
that
also can't
goes.
really
We're
get
watching where
lost,
she steps.
So
That's
I
a good point,
kind
that's
of
a
want to
good
be in the front because I can't get lost and therefore I should know the terrain.
Then should we then have Fenrir in the back then? I
No,
prefer-
Fenrir knows
No,
where
because
he's
Fenrir
going.
knows where we're going.
Let's
All
have-
right, let's just leave our back unprotected. Okay.
We've got the big pile of hit points in the back.
I mean, you're not
We got the
wrong.
walking shield in the
Yeah.
back.
Daggers
I'll
come out.
follow
like,
up
oh,
behind the
well.
party. You squishies can stay in the middle where you're nice and safe.
Thank you. It's where we belong.
I am sure that I will notice someone behind us the moment they hit me.
We just we're walking along and you just hear John say ow and sound of smashing wood as somebody tried to hit him and broke his stuff across his back.
Oh,
or
no.
something.
Someone
And he's
just-
just like, ow!
It's like he's just like oh no, I've been impaled.
Someone just runs up behind you, gives you the chair.
The weirdest part is it's the jungle.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
brought
the
he
weird
brought
part.
the
That's
chair.
the joke.
He brought the chair all this way. It's a
Been
weird-
this bounty hunter chasing John since we left Chimera.
Oh,
And he finally catches up to us in the jungle because Sariel wasn't lending us her ability to ignore tough terrain. Dude catches up and cheers him and then runs off.
Then runs
So
over.
funny to imagine a bounty hunter having like hunted me all this way, despite the fact that you have like a 50,000 gold bounty on your head.
That's my point.
so,
Then he hits you.
Just
and
like
then
gotta
he
get that 20 silver.
Well, I've been taking down
good.
all the posters.
Oh yeah, no one
That's a good
knows.
point.
Yeah.
I have an idea about that too. As we walk along, we could, if we go to the next town that has some signs that I could convince them that you've already been caught in Chimera. Thus, we can take down the signs.
I just take him down anyway.
Yes, but the
Without
people
talking
that
to people.
So,
the guards that could surround.
as
as well.
you begin to head off,
It's an idea.
Fenrir takes point. Sariel, you stay right next to him, gathering the lay of the land as you move. John, you take the rear as
Yeah.
these two stick in the middle with kind of Sulfur just behind Sariel as well. As you begin to move over the next couple hours,
Nothing happens.
you make your way through the first part of the jungle.
We all catch diphtheria.
As-
Except
as-
for me.
As you
You
make your way
bastard,
through,
you with your periapt.
He planned this all along.
as you make your way through the first part of the jungle, you are seeing and hearing a lot of creatures around you. You're moving relatively quietly. Fenrir is making sure you're staying two paths that are ducking between monsters he's experienced in the past. A couple times he calls you to a halt, and you all stop and wait as something larger goes past. At
Giant
one
ducks.
point, make
It's a-
everyone here make a
He stops at an intersection.
nature check for me.
Nature.
Nature check. Nice.
Nature. Do I know anything
14.
about nature? Oh, I've got
No, of course you don't. You're from the city.
Wow.
Like,
Wow, way to
he
call
could
me
have
out.
studied a biology course.
Yeah, I partaked in some.
It's a high elf, not a wood elf.
Wow, that's just racist. Wow, and
It was one of those like magic courses that makes you take like 3 non-magic
Oh,
like
right, yeah.
subjects
Yeah.
before they let you get out of first
Exactly.
year.
Yeah, you gotta,
Alright,
gotta get
what
at least a
everyone rolls?
pass.
19.
19,
8.
8,
No,
14?
14,
6.
and natural 20.
6,
well,
sorry.
I was going to say 23,
23.
but it was
20, very
natural
nice.
20.
So, you two, Sariel and Archibald,
Hell
you
yeah.
immediately have, you immediately recognize to a degree what this is as it starts moving through. It
That's a
blends
big
in.
ass duck.
It blends in with the jungle as it goes, but you see it moving.
Wow.
This is a treant.
Oh.
Just thundering through the jungle ahead
A
of
what?
I'm sorry,
A treant.
I'm picturing Daffy Duck.
Really?
you. Yes.
Oh, no, I'm just picturing Treebeard. Sorry.
No, this is a treant. It's essentially a large sentient tree.
It's closer. It's closer to Groot.
Treebeard
Yeah.
from Lord of the Rings
Oh,
is
that.
a
Yeah.
fucking ent.
Yeah.
It's a tree.
This is a treant, not
an-
an ent.
It's an ent, but without the copyright infringement.
Yeah.
And also an ant.
It's a entity. Or entity.
So you immediately recognize this. It's not
treant.
something that occurs really anywhere else
Army
in
coming through.
Dale and Dow or anywhere else that you've experienced. And as it kind of rumbles ahead of you, hey?
Is there a pedestrian crossing, or how's it?
I'm
Right.
gonna
So-
Chinese whispers back to John that this is a rare thing to see, and this is one of the reasons why you wouldn't start a forest fire.
I like, yeah, I like, so at the same time, kind of just whispers like, I'm glad you didn't actually do any burning.
Does the Chinese whispers get back to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm
Yeah.
glad, this is why we don't toss around a liar.
Now, have
That
you
was
seen
bad.
this?
I can't do
You
whispers.
continue on. I would like John to make a perception check. Sorry, I'll make an investigation check because you're just getting the lay of the land as Fenrir is kind of pushing ahead.
Oh, 18.
18.
Not survival?
Flat. 6.
6. Okay. The two of you, are you doing anything while you move?
bit there. It's like
I'm sitting
I'm
really
keeping an eye out.
comfortably, in case you guys are wondering why I'm rolling weird.
Roll perception.
I would be looking out as well.
Also
you know.
yourself.
I'm not really reading.
18.
18, very nice. Oh my god. You can't do it. It's just not possible.
Wait, is there secretly a magnet inside your dice?
Magnet in my hand or something.
You'd think you would have waited it
It's just
probably
like-
if there was a magnet in his dice.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
6. Okay.
We all waited a long time for that.
So,
Well
as
worth
you
it.
Well
as
worth
you
it.
continue for another hour or two through the jungle here, very leading the way, he notices a couple of things and veers off, and you see a couple times these relatively small, although for an insect-looking thing, quite large.
There's some big ducks.
They look like almost miniature versions of the unk eggs that you fought, but
Okay.
they have a bit of a different form factor. And you see just kind of groups of them running around through the trees. Don't
Do
seem to
I
have noticed
know
you at
what
the
they
current stage, but Fenrir is kind of leading you around them as he sees them as well. Yep.
Do I know what they are?
Roll a nature check.
Alright. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. 9.
You don't know what these are. You've never seen them. Fenrir kind of takes an arrow and to the rest of you points out, without saying a word, just points in the direction. You all follow the way the arrow's pointing and see them as well. Can I get someone to roll a D100?
Yes.
Sure.
I love rolling D100s.
Nope.
Screw off.
Damn it.
83.
Okay.
16. 61.
Quiet you.
So, as you continue further, you start to hit a denser area of jungle. The canopy overhead becomes darker, and the undergrowth becomes more sparse. So you're able to move easier through the undergrowth, but the trees are packed really close together. The canopy itself is just not letting any sunlight through. And as you're going here, you see some more of those insect-looking things that start to. One of them flashes through the trees. Another one over on the other side. They seem to maybe have noticed you.
My fingers are twitching with the power of magic missile, just
Okay.
in case.
Okay.
The magic of crutch.
And with your perception check, you notice that they're starting to build up around you. They're getting. It looks like they are starting to follow you. They're kind of moving through the trees, along the ground. They're not jumping through the trees, but they're moving along the ground between the trees, and a couple of them seem to look over in your direction. And then you kind of enter this area. It's not much of a clearing, but the undergrowth is even shorter around here. And suddenly you watch as one of them kind of realizes where you are and then bolts off in a different direction.
Uh-oh.
And then you look over and there are none over on that side anymore either.
We're about to be ambushed.
Okay.
Yeah, I prepare my signature spell. Not crutch.
Okay.
Signature spell.
Whatever helps you
I
sleep
have
at
to
night.
practice if I don't want it to cost me anything.
I mean, you don't, but okay. You get that at level 18.
Yeah, I know, but I want it to be thematic.
You think you're gonna survive to level 18.
Yeah, I know I'm not.
I'm gonna prepare a.
I'm gonna off myself at level 12.
Jeez, so please. Oh, very Archibald.
No, thanks.
Very Archibald.
No, thank
I
you.
am. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
On?
I'll tell you on, mate. Just slow
You
down.
best, because I kind of need to know.
All right.
The insect ducks.
You can also use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast a spell, or as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts, within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet
He said
of rock.
barriers.
2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead or thin a sheet of lead blocks you. You can't detect a creature with an intelligence of 3 or lower.
Okay. What's the radius?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Weirdly, I'm not there.
You
It's just it's just wind.
you haven't activated your battery.
mother.
Oh.
You can't cast it.
Also, what I'm doing as this happens is I am taking out my bag of 1,000 ball bearings and I'm quietly drawing the drawstrings in a knot so it doesn't come undone.
I'm going to activate my
Wait,
battery then.
so
Okay.
I've heard Glenn's
I-
announcement, but I haven't seen these things, have I?
You haven't. No, sorry. You've been pointed out by both Fenrir and Archibald of the insect-like things
Yeah.
that have now scattered.
Okay.
So you know that they've scattered now as well, and you have also seen them.
Okay. Approximately what size are they? Are they?
They were
ant-sized?
about this big.
Oh, okay. So big dog sized.
Big dog size.
Okay.
Rather large duck size.
Because I was thinking like smaller versions of the ant cake. So like ants.
No, not quite. Not quite that small.
Okay.
Yeah, what's that thing? Ant size.
Silkus, you. I'm going to, for the sake of making this a little bit more intelligent and intuitive, you have already all taken your Umbral reservoirs out of the bag of holding because you, as Fenrir knows, can't use your bag of holding currently. You are out of Umbral range.
Oh, that's a good point.
You have already removed your Umbral reservoirs. I'm just going to say that
Where
you've
does
done
that
that.
all go then?
I haven't activated mine yet.
I'll
So Silkus,
I
you
will
will
activate
activate
so I
yours.
can cast that spell.
So you take your reservoir and you see the runes lined along it, and you just basically grab it and swipe down the runes, and they light up as they go, and you see it go. All the runes around all the sides light up, and you feel all of you feel an umbral connection suddenly.
I use like my cane and just go.
Ah.
Oh, I was wondering what was missing. I'm not used to that.
You see, I was picturing the proton packs from Ghostbusters, but then
Huh.
I remembered that you don't know pop culture.
Hey, I do know what that is.
I'm
okay,
picturing
yeah.
Monsters Inc. scream jars. That's what
That
I'm
would be a
thinking.
closer analogy to what he just described. though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
We may
picturing.
have
So they're
bought
about
more batteries than we needed.
No,
No, that's
you
a secret.
definitely need two each.
That's the secret of Umbral. It's kids screaming. Kids fear. We're using
It's
kids fear
definitely
power.
Oscar's fear.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you activate it and reattach it to your belt, where they both kind of hang. And so you're casting Detect Thoughts now.
That I am.
Okay. First pings you get are 1, 2, 3, 4,
What are they all thinking?
5.
I want to know just quickly.
6.
You only detect that they are there because it's either you
True.
target a.
You can
something-
also use. Well, you can also. So yeah, nah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Just-
it's either you target or
yeah.
you go broad and just feel the presence essentially.
Yeah.
So the first pings you get at them, and then as you're kind of walking slowly, Fenrir has slowed the whole group down. As you move slowly through, you get another ping in front of you. Another one. And a whole bunch more, just all up ahead.
all
Behind trees, you can't see
intelligence.
I'm
what
gonna-
it is.
4, 3 and high, 3 and higher. Jeez. Okay.
Can I like tag on Fenrir?
He turns to you.
Are we surrounded by bugs right now?
They've already gone.
I don't really think that's bug. I think it's something a lot worse, and there's a lot of them.
Oh, great Tarrasques.
I don't like bugs.
I can detect.
You want?
I detect powerful thoughts of higher intelligence than the new bugs. That's.
You'll
concerning.
stay here for a second.
Oh, he's
He
gonna
says.
die.
They're either bugs or mushrooms.
Mushrooms have no
When he
intelligence.
goes
Fenrir
to
just
walk
roll a
off,
natural 19 on a stealth check.
when he goes to walk off, can I like back myself up towards Archibald and be like, are there bugs on my cloak?
Yes.
There are a lot of bugs on your cloak, but none of them are. They're all tiny little things.
Get them
the
off!
area is swarming with them.
Get them off!
I'm just gonna half-heartedly brush Sorel's cloak and cast Prestidigitation at the same time, and the bugs just go.
Onto everyone else.
I think President.
As long as they're not on me. I don't like bugs.
you do cast Prestidigitation.
I shield behind him before he gets on me.
It's a little bit weak, but you do manage it.
I'm using my own tattoo power reserves, not.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Tattoo reserves.
It's been established.
It's been established.
is there-
Oh, you weren't
You
here for
weren't
that
there
session.
last
No, I wasn't. But just a quick question on that: do I have any reserves on my tat?
He has
Okay,
special
good.
ones.
His tattoos are
Ooh,
built in
Mrs.
with
Special
that
Man.
metal.
Yeah, I've got carborundum in my skin.
Ooh, gonna get that lead poisoning, or random poisoning.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. Turns out it's an actual thing. Carborundum exists in this world.
Continue.
Corrum is a fancy and I think outdated name for silicon carbide.
Oh. I was going for like
And
alchemy.
I discovered that as I was
Well
writing.
done. Did you name it after
As I
yourself?
was writing my notes into a Word
So-
document, I looked up carborundum. I'm like, I have a redundant note here. Carborundum and silica carbide are the same thing.
We
that's
we
great.
read that for you.
I love that.
So on the map, whereabouts are we? Are we
You
by the huge
are-
centipede?
You are currently a little bit west of pretty much where just south of where the D is on dense jungle. Shut up.
Okay,
Dense.
good
Yep.
to know.
A few moments go past as you have all stopped to allow Fenrir to scout ahead. He essentially took a couple steps forward and vanished from sight.
Do I still ping?
You're still pinging. You know where he is because you
Yeah.
can detect him.
Cool.
Um,
I'm kind of
but
using
you
it.
have you have like 10, 15 entities up ahead of you right now.
That lasts for about a minute. So just for the next minute, I'm just pinging.
Yep.
Just keep an eye on things.
So
Radar.
Fenrir's gone about
Yeah.
30 seconds, and then you feel him. You kind of see his ping returning,
Oh, he's returning.
and he just walks straight out of the jungle. He's
Covered
not
in
even trying to
arrows.
stealth. He just walks out and he's like, "You have to see this," and beckons you over.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna dispel and then. Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Come. Yeah.
I'm gonna go see this.
Okay. He turns
I'm
around,
going
takes
inside.
about 10 feet in the other direction, and disappears behind a tree. And as you round the corner, there is this little copse, still all in darkness. It's very dark around here. There's this little copse full of these little moving creatures. Most of them are about this tall on all fours. You see a few of them, maybe about 10 or so, are about this tall, about 1.5 meters tall at most, walking around on 2 legs. And then there's one on the opposite side of this little copse that you can see that's about 2 meters tall.
Are they mushrooms?
They are mushrooms.
Motherfucker. Nah, done. I quit. Silica slashes his throat. We're done. Okay.
My goodness!
Backup character.
Character.
Archibald turns to Silkus.
Anna will kill you if you
I
use a
had-
backup character now.
I had
Euphania will murder you.
Backup character is a mushroom. I'm joining this party. Let's
well.
Everyone
am
make a perception
going
check. If you
beat
don't have
you
dark
up,
vision,
Glenn.
make it with disadvantage.
I'm gonna cut you.
You two are gonna get. I'm gonna
Perception.
beat you guys blue.
Perception
Holy
with
shit.
disadvantage if you don't have dark
Oh!
Wow!
Oh my god, that was almost a nat 20.
18.
That's annoying.
Sorry, you got Oh no, you don't.
So 5. So
Dark
I'm looking
vision,
at all of
baby.
these really cool
Us high
small
elves that got
treants.
Yeah. Well, explain my 16 then.
You can definitely tell they're mushrooms.
Shut up.
Does one of them look more intelligent than the rest of them?
The large one seems to be, in some way, taking command over the rest of them. You don't hear any communication, but you can see them milling around, and it seems to be in a position of authority.
I was gonna ask if I see one wearing rogues gear. Rogues
So
gear.
what was yours,
and,
16?
Yeah, but then I realised how
18.
stupid of a question it was because rogues can't be seen.
16, 18, and yours was a 5, and Silkus, you rolled a
9.
9.
That's half of mine.
Alright, buddy.
Almost.
You two,
Alright. You listen here.
wow. You two, Sariel and Archibald, you're looking around, and it's like a seething mass. There are probably in the realm, it's a relatively small little copse here, and there are probably in the realm of 30, maybe 40 of them. And
Micronids. That's cool.
you are looking around and you see they're all different shapes and sizes, and there is one that you notice that kind of just wanders past in front of you.
Swear to God, if it's
On,
I will kick
I love
everyone.
this smile that I'm getting from you right now.
It's just fun watching him in anguish.
The most fucking stupidest thing. Okay, continue.
One of the four-legged ones, one of the little four-legged ones, just kind of wanders past. It gives you a curious glance as it goes. And the way those mushrooms form, it looks like it's wearing a little cloak.
No, you what? No. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Does the cloak have
Fuck
love
all
hearts on
you.
it?
It does not.
I am not.
Very, you're like,
Are there
you
even
go-
just a little bit of marking that looks a little bit like a lava?
I mean, if you really like squint at it, you can find a love heart somewhere in its markings. But it's just like a massive mushroom all over its back.
I thought
All of them have it, but this one in particular just looks like it's wearing a hooded cloak.
You're just
I thought
jealous
we
'cause we
killed
haven't
that
got
thing
into
in the dimension,
pseudo-dragons.
that other dimension. It was very down for good.
That wasn't canon.
I will put you in a cannon.
As you kind of stand watching,
Man,
one of the smaller bipedal ones walks in from the other side of the
Okay.
coast, holding one of these little insect creatures that seems to be dead,
Oh.
and kind of chucks it into the center. They don't start feeding on it, but it is now just there.
I was pitching Galaxy Quest. There's like a small injured creature. You haven't watched it because it's older than you, and
It is.
everyone's like, oh, it's so cute. Then all of them just start pouncing on it.
Yeah, not quite. No, they don't feed on it, but it is there.
I would respect you a lot if that was the case. Lost all respect.
I mean,
people I respect.
To be fair, this is the exact same world in which Shroom existed.
No, it's
the
Not
same.
quite.
No, it's
I
not.
thought you did it in Geneva.
No, we
No,
went through
no, that was a different world.
dimension thing. We went through a rift. Remember?
No, that's Cosmos.
No. It was
Yeah.
at the end with the angel.
You entered Cosmos from at the end,
No, with
and then came out of Cosmos into Geneva.
but also no.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. At the end of
No.
Genprac,
And
At the end
he
of
got
my
recent-
Genprac,
Yeah, but we all found...
after killing the angel, you entered Cosmos through a rift.
No. We took on his little god thing in our own little world that went into Cosmos.
No, Josh.
Am I
Josh.
remembering
What
different
happened
people
is
here?
that we were all we
Like-
killed the big
Oh,
creepy
yeah.
angel thing, and we
never mind.
touched
You got
the
a
orb.
view.
I'm thinking like, if I've been playing with different groups,
It wasn't the
Like-
same world. It was not the same world.
yeah, about to say. We had there
Um,
was a link though because he did mention that. Oh, you see this? You're now this. You're human. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
There
I
was a-
see the confusion.
Yes, there was a link, but it's not the same world.
All roots of confusion belonged at Oscar's feet.
Yes.
So, with the
good
with
sentence.
the moment past, and
I
they
quite
all
like it.
see you. All of these little mushroom people see you, and they acknowledge your presence. But none of them are aggressive or anything. After your kind of immediate moment of,
I would like to shake the one that's wearing the little little cloak's hands.
you can walk up to it and shake it.
No, just
Oh, just shake its hands?
Yeah.
I like to reconsider
Just
burning
like
down
Roll an
the
animal
forest.
handling check for me.
I like to reconsider burning down the forest.
The one that he's approaching, can I also approach it with like
It's
a
annoying
piece
'cause
of meat jerky,
I've
like
got ice
behind him,
spells
like
as
kind of
well.
like
With a piece of what?
meat jerky?
Okay.
11.
Roll an animal handling check as well.
I'm just holding my
11?
hand. Just holding my hand out to.
I'm
Like, shake
proficient in this.
You walk over to it and
Natural
first-
20.
Nice. You walk over to it and kind of kneel down next to it. And at first, it kind of rears up on its hind legs, and you see it just little off of its back, and all of the other ones kind of look over and they start to move towards you, but it doesn't attack or anything. It goes back down on all fours,
False
and you can
sense of
see it
security.
curiously looking at you. It's very cautious.
Mm.
Doesn't quite allow you to touch it, but it
It's
is
like a
relatively comfortable with your presence. Sariel comes over, joins you for a bit, offers it some meat jerky. It doesn't take it, but it understands the fact that you are trying to give it something, and it does actually walk up to you, Sariel, and kind of butt you with its mushroom face.
Love it. That's great. That's actually great.
You see the very tall one has
Can
been watching
we
you this whole
keep
time
it?
and kind of took a step towards you when
think it
you
had
originally
some
scared
life.
it. Now
Probably
kind of
not.
sits back, and there's no expression. There's like you can't even see a face, but it kind of takes a step back, and you see it kind of relax a little bit.
Can we keep it?
I don't think we have the right to.
I don't ask me how I know this, but I'm pretty sure these guys can't survive in direct sunlight for more than an hour.
I've got to be honest. There's
So
so
it
many
might be a
questions for
bit
what you know.
rough.
How
Keep
big
it.
is it?
It's
We're not putting it
Like,
in the
do it
bag.
with hand
of holding.
gestures.
it's only about
Scoop.
this big.
He knew exactly
Just
where I was
scoop.
going with that.
It's only about this big.
Also, I don't think it
Would
works.
it fit in my backpack?
It's like a little bit bigger than a Shih Tzu.
Would it fit in my backpack?
Hello, here at Max and Double, we want to bring up the idea of lost
With some
generation
squishing,
mushrooms.
maybe.
Would it fit in John's backpack? Because John's backpack has like nothing in it.
Maybe.
Well, actually-
I like to.
You can certainly try.
My
I like
John's
to vote to
my
deactivate
backpack
her
does
mic.
have like
before it kills us. Before we all die.
Dude,
I
micronids
will
are
place
easy.
my piece of jerky on the ground.
Yes, but I mean
pat
conscious
its head,
wise.
and walk away.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill myself
Very
from bad conscience.
Pull on my
Okay.
inner
Actually-
Mara crying.
Archibald,
is
what are you
Sulfur
doing?
jealous?
No, she's fine.
Sulfur is
She's
also
just
a
like,
sister.
can I eat it? What is it?
Oh
Can I
god,
eat it?
that's actually worse.
She is not interested. This thing is plant life.
That's what I mean. Can I eat it?
Archibald's just like
no
He's
vegan food for
putting
you.
his hands up non-threateningly, and
Wait,
he
is
just
this
gets
vegan
up
life?
and he's going to
If
start moving
technically
through.
you're killing it. But they're mushrooms.
Like, I'm
I would-
not looking to engage these creatures. Micronids seem fairly nice and calm. Let's keep it that way.
I am so like kind of uptight, kind of like this is. I'm so uncomfortable.
I genuinely
no
can't
idea.
believe Young Brick's knowledge of micronids passed on to Archibald. That is insane.
I'm surprised that there's some knowledge it could pass on.
Okay.
I know what
So-
I know. If I don't know it, someone else does.
You return to where Fenrir
Archibald
and the rest
has
of the group
amnesia.
are standing, and then you all begin to move on again.
dear.
The insect-like creatures seem to have left you alone at this point.
I'm gonna.
They don't seem to like being around the Myconaids here.
There's more
Sarah,
reason
roll,
to have
roll a
my
perception check for me.
reason to have my Knit if they don't like the fucking perception.
Yeah.
19.
19. As you once again begin to move through the jungle here, you notice the little one that you offered the beef jerky to kind of wanders around behind you, kind of splits off from the rest of the group for a little bit.
No.
You see a couple of them mill out around it, and it just seems to kind of be following you a little bit. It seems very hesitant, but it does begin to kind of move out a little bit. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Oh thank God.
So, we'll be back
I
in
like
about
to-
10 to 15 minutes.
I'm just saying, like,
Grab refill your
like,
popcorn, go to the toilet, grab something else to eat, do whatever you
Snack
need
on
to
some
do.
beef jerky.
look,
Yeah, snack on some beef jerky.
I just want to point out
We're
I am
back
totally
shortly.
fine with a forest fire now and maybe genocide. I'm totally okay with it.
I don't know
We'll
what
get
you
to
have
the
against
pseudo
shroom.
dragons.
I
next.
fucking have always hated shroom.
Why have you always hated
Oh.
shrooms? Because you're jealous?
Yes.
It's
I'm
because
not hiding this
it's
fucking
because
thing.
I actually took time to like tame him instead of just I have a pseudo dragon.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, the pseudo dragon was part of his class.
Yeah.
It's his ability. He couldn't use it without
You
it.
don't know young Brick wasn't a beastmaster.
And also did the
Yeah.
facial thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Ah,
back
mate,
to
g'day.
Maxton Doubled.
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh,
Hope you,
why is it when you just start talking back in the stream, you pick my mic?
Just yours.
All of you just did that.
It's
You
probably,
have the
Dunno.
whole
it's
time.
the
and then
Aussie.
you
It's
start
the
back.
Aussie accent.
I think it's
That's
because
what
we
happens.
sit up at the start, so we're all like, I need
Hey.
to speak closer to the
Fun,
microphone.
fun fact about
Picking
the
your
Aussie
ASMR.
accent is our accent actually has peaking ingrained in it. So it's
It's
not
the
like
twang.
we'd have to be putting on really offensive New Zealand accents to avoid it.
Oh,
Yeah.
go on then.
Oh.
I think I'm alright, bro. I'm not gonna put on an accent for you. That's
We're gonna
not
steal
even New
this shit.
Zealand.
Fucking
Get out of here.
And now we've offended a few of the viewers. I'm sure.
Yeah, we have.
Got rid of
If
those
you
people,
haven't
thank
offended
God.
me, you haven't offended New Zealanders. Trust me. We do your accent too, so it's
Oh,
fine.
Yeah, but we actually...
Okay,
Look,
I want you
we're
to
used
try
to
our
Hollywood.
accent without
I
peaking the
said-
mic. There you go.
I said we. I didn't mean me. I'm bad
To
with
be fair,
accents.
Australia's accent has been exaggerated and mocked by Hollywood for so many years that it's just like...
Got no idea what you're talking
So,
about, mate.
getting back into it.
Yeah, let's get back into it.
You've made your way about halfway through the jungle at this point. The sun is getting relatively low.
Sun's
As
getting
once
real low.
As,
Hey, big
you
guy.
know, science.
Why are my
Well,
first level
text.
spells over here? They should be over there.
Yeah, why are
You
they?
used
I
all
don't
of
know.
them.
Oh. Damn.
However, you are currently in fairly dense jungle where there isn't
Arcana.
much light coming through anyway. So,
My point of order, once I stopped using Detect Thoughts, I turned off my Umbral generator thing, just so in case
Want
I
to
don't
make-
use all of it.
I want to make a very stealthy lean to. Like with leaves down the sides and stuff, so creepy shit can't see me.
I want to make it lack of stealthy lean as well. Probably.
This includes fireworks.
okay, so you're camping out now.
I would rather be refreshed upon approach.
Okay, so you do so. You start camp right near where the Myconers have camped out or have got their little colony. Maybe about 50 feet away from them. You find a little spot that's just big enough to kind of between some trees stick some tents and lean-tos and stuff. So you do make camp. What's our watch order?
I will.
I'll take last watch.
I'm not gonna. Well, considering we've got 5
I'll
people
take
here.
middle watch again.
No, you won't.
Silk.
You're getting some sleep.
Oh,
Fair enough.
okay, so it was out of concern. Not out of spite.
It wasn't being spiteful, it was being concerned, you arson!
I'm going to take 10 minutes. Open up my Umbral. What's it called? Sorry, Umbral
Reservoir?
battery. Sorry,
Reservoir,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just going to quickly take a little bit and then cast alarm around again.
Okay.
And I will. I don't want to trance. I don't want to do anything. I want to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep.
Take first watch then.
I don't want to take watch. I don't like jungles.
Fenrir has been banned from taking watch. So
Yeah.
it's either
Okay,
three
well,
to
I'm
six
taking
or-
first
Alright,
watch.
Josh.
I'll trance and
Just
take
take
a couple
take the
hours.
first watch and then go to sleep, and then everybody else can deal with it.
I'm gonna trance and take watch with someone else and give them
You're
advantage.
an
I just find it
insomnia.
very funny that you're like avoidance napping for being in the
I
jungle.
feel like
It's
you can't
jungles
actually
at night are
do that
spooky, man.
because then somebody has to take two. Because I've forbidden Fenrir from doing it because he hasn't been sleeping. He's been taking it all the watches
I take
himself.
four hours.
If you take a regular watch,
I'll take 4
just
hours.
a regular 2-hour watch, then you can
Yes,
everyone can take one watch.
true, but I'll be by myself. I'm going to take.
You can do it with Topher. She will keep you company if you're there. Afraid
I'm
of the dark,
confused.
Josh. Focus.
Why are we having problems here? I've done this before, where I'll take the 4 hours, and I'll watch with someone else, give that person
Yeah,
advantage.
but you
Okay.
wanted to sleep.
And I'll trance. I changed my mind. I'll
Okay.
trance for the last
Yeah.
4 hours.
Okay.
So that way I can help 2 people out with watch
Okay.
as well.
Join me.
Just-
You wanna we'll do it together.
But,
for the first
where I
couple of
see
hours.
that,
Sure.
we still end up with somebody having to do 2 watches
No,
because you won't do one on your own.
No, he said he would do one on his own. He went back on it.
yeah, yeah, I forgot.
Well, if you take the first, then wake somebody up to keep you company after you get a fright or something. For the second, and then.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Sorry, all the smoking, it won't leave me alone.
I'm good. You go to get some rest, and we'll Joe and I will keep for the first watch.
Yeah.
I'll take second, and I'll trans. I don't know why I was thinking otherwise. Anyway, continue. I got
So
Okay.
And please.
while
Take us
we're
off with
on
this.
watch, we have a long discussion about the exact definition about what makes something a sandwich.
That's not what I expected him to come out with. I thought he was going to talk about economics or something again.
Sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Can you guys, while you guys are having a discussion, just think about the moral implications of the argument of sandwich versus sub?
I think it is more moral to subscribe than to go and eat the sandwich.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I just couldn't help the pun.
Yeah, no, it was worth it. Yeah. Just like a $5 subscription to the Maximum Altitude channel.
Can I quickly have you come over here for a second?
No,
I feel like that was a good enough explanation.
No, I need to tell you something, and I don't want to say it on text. Come here, boy.
Do you need
He's
us to
gonna
leave the
hear this, You
room?
know that, right?
No, you shine away.
Alright, fine, I'll go to the bathroom. I didn't have time to do it during the break. I was chatting to stream.
Okay.
All right, now come back.
I feel like that was almost a kiss. Like the angle I saw
back
that on,
here.
you guys were totally making it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go. I was here.
Ah.
I kissed him,
Okay.
and there was electric.
So,
yeah, John and I are gonna take the first
Good.
one.
So-
I'll take the second one.
you two roll perception checks each for me, please. While the rest.
Can I give him
go to sleep.
advantage?
You
Oh wait, we
can't.
both have
No,
the
no,
same
no.
perception
It's-
anyway.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
can't.
Can't I assist though? Oh no, perception. We
'Cause
do
you're-
You're
you
looking.
can't really
You're
help.
doing your own thing.
Yeah.
8.
5.
5, 8, and 5. Okay.
Can I get advantage on
Um,
hearing? Ooh.
Question 2: Are you a
Are you
dog?
a wolf?
Well,
Do you have large cone-shaped ears?
well, from a lot of one-night stands, I've been told I'm a dog. So yes,
Oh, Josh, you were.
that was Silkus, not Josh. Josh doesn't understand the idea of one-night stand.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Not by
fuck
choice.
off, he doesn't.
Not by choice.
Oh, I think I just heard an.
I think you
"Are
understand the
kidding me?"
concept.
from
It's
the
just the
danger
actual
zone
act
over
that
here.
you can't
From
hear.
Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. I just previewed that movie.
Okay.
It's
So-
on tomorrow night at Channel 9. Actually, go. Never mind. Continue.
The two of you, you take your watch.
Yep.
You, over the course of the couple hours that you are both watching, you don't spot anything, but you do feel once a very, very cold presence
Yeah.
move past you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is,
Do you feel that?
but you just get sudden chills. It's a very warm night in this jungle, but you just get sudden chills.
I didn't cast frostbite on anyone.
I think something is caused. I think there's something here.
I don't really want to cast anything. Just
Yeah. Let's just try and stay quiet and hope it goes past us.
Make a stealth check, both of you,
cool.
on behalf of the whole party. Ooh.
This thing has come
Oh,
back
really,
from the dead
mate?
to bite me,
Really, mate?
What was yours?
17.
mate.
A natural one. Okay. You do your best to remain
Oh,
as
yeah,
quiet
it
as
doesn't
possible
have
for the rest of
to
your
be
watch.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You don't seem to attract any attention.
Yeah.
You head to sleep. You take second
I'll
watch.
take the second one.
Roll your second perception check for me. Wow.
That's better. 17.
Oh my god.
I just rolled a 100 on a D100.
Oh god, I'm dead. I am dead. I know this.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you're about to be stomped.
Hang on.
All of a sudden, a dinosaur comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, just to be clear,
Very
you
comfortable.
didn't wake Sulfur up for company.
No, Sulfur and I. No, Sulfur's more his thing. I didn't.
Sariel.
Roll a Constitution save for me, please.
That's what she wants you to think. What, sorry?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Someone
Oh, I'm
just
good
got
with those.
infected.
I'm good with Constitution.
As Hannah, I'm very annoyed at Josh right now.
What have I done?
I accepted his stupid pseudo dragon.
I like cereal. Sorry, I like Sulfur as well. I don't like Shroom. That's the only one I don't like.
You are such a heartless bastard.
19.
19.
Shroom saved your
Okay.
life.
Good to know. Good to know.
I saved Shroom's life. We were even. There's nothing. He doesn't owe me anything.
Saved your life more than once.
I gave him my coat, my cloak.
And he used it to save your life.
I saved. Who were we back then? Continue, please. It's not the point. Are you pointing to the logo?
Are you pointing
I'm
at
pointing
me?
to you.
Because if you're pointing at me, then it's
Um,
Mara.
You take your watch, your second watch, and you're kind of the trek through the jungle has really taken a lot out of you, but you're not off a couple of times, but you manage to keep your watch going, and the little four-legged myconid has kind of wandered into your camp and sitting there keeping you company.
I look at it. I'm just like,
This is gonna be the greatest example of
Weird.
non-metagaming playing ever.
I'm just looking at him like, hello there. You're
You see it kind of poking around the camp, like it's just like within your eyesight. You just kind of watch
I'll
it
take out some.
kind of butt itself against the tent and then walk over.
I'll
and
take like a bit of rations. I'll leave it in a spot a little bit further away from me.
Okay. It kind of throughout the rest of your watch gradually sidles up to it, and you watch it pick through, leaving any meat parts behind, and just taking the vegetable parts.
I see that. I'm like, I can respect that.
And
Not a fan of meat myself.
it seems comfortable around the group. Another couple Myconers kind of move their way through a couple times. This one seems to hang.
If I understood their language, would they be saying mine?
Mine.
We're gonna get swarmed by pigeons.
Mine.
No, they'd say.
What's the
Oh God, I'll kill myself.
I just thought of something.
peeing on things to claim them as their own,
All right,
but
I'll unzip
using
my
spores
trousers.
instead?
I just thought of something which is a bit of a problem.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you cast Alarm?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Which has gone off.
Oh, thank you.
Has
A bit of delay. Man, I gotta get those batteries
Has-
changed.
was it in your head or was it normal?
I forgot.
noise?
I'll say my head because I don't want to alert other creatures around.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a jungle. That makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, it did go off. You noticed when Myconid first
Fair
came
enough.
in, when you've watched it mill around. A couple of the others have also set it off.
Quick question: does it go once it goes off? Does it disappear or stay there and just keep going off? If people other things, I can't.
It doesn't keep going off. It goes off a couple of times, enough to like wake you up if you're asleep.
Yeah.
And then
I
it
think-
stops and it remains.
Probably stays for the duration unless it explicitly says that's the end of the spell.
I don't think it does explicitly state that.
Okay. I wanna just check.
Mental alarm alerts you with ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the watered area. The ping
Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
sleeping.
Oh, it says duration is 8 hours, so I guess it's just if
Yeah.
anything else goes across. So it's not just once.
Hmm.
Yeah. That doesn't answer any questions I have. Okay. I'm curious.
Here's an option for you.
Yes.
You could select Myconids to not set it off when you cast it.
I can set.
You can.
You can
Didn't
You
realize
can
that.
designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. So if you choose to not have Myconids set off the alarm, then we'll know if any real threats like a giant horseman happens upon our camp.
Well, it's okay. Sure. I'm not full.
But I
believing
guess
it
you
then.
want the Myconids to stay out. They're your priority.
Yes.
That's alright.
No, they are. They're definitely my priority. I'm gonna.
He says after feeding one.
Okay.
Good on you.
Well, you know, you got to feed the poor.
So you go the remainder of your watch.
Porous.
Who's
Not cool.
taking third watch?
I will.
You're taking third watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Silkus, you wake Sariel up,
Yep.
and
I am very tired.
you are very tired.
I'm gonna
Sariel, you take
Go
your
in
watch.
my tent.
Okay. Roll your perception check for me, Sariel.
That's a 5.
It's a 7.
Also for sulfur as well.
Oh, right.
This will be a 19.
Yeah.
I've gone back.
Overall or natural?
Natural.
I've gone back into my tent.
Might be overall.
Oh, it's plus 3. 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was like,
so
where the hell is the freaking...
can you also roll a D100 for me, Hannah?
No, it's just general question. Can you? That's.
I can, but I don't want to.
I am capable of such a thing.
65.
65. Okay. You go. Get through your watch. You notice the Myconid as well hanging around. Seems to be mostly. When you wake up, when Silkus wakes you up, it's fairly close to you. And as you kind of move into your watch position, it kind of follows. It's keeping about a meter's distance at the very shortest, but it seems to be friendly with all of you. Over the period of your watch, how do I keep losing it? There we go.
Well, that's a
All
quite-
you
that's a
all you
personal
continue to
question.
see are more Myconids moving in and out of your little grotto. They seem to either they don't sleep or they're nocturnal or you're not sure, but there seems to be a relatively busy highway for them. And you don't see any
So it's
other
flat.
large or otherwise creatures, at least that immediately call your attention. At the end of your watch, you wake up Archibald.
Yep.
No.
What?
No. Sulfur.
I hit jerk and she goes and wakes him up. But all she does
Constitution
today...
check to see if my internal
No,
clock's better
no.
than sulfur.
Hear me out
You need
first.
alarm.
Yeah.
You need alarm.
All she does is just like nudge you and walk off.
Would you
Okay.
like me to teach
There
you
you go.
alarm?
Sulfur wakes you up.
I'll
Hello.
take back the.
love
I'll
these
take back the
Sulfur wakes
radio
you
alarm.
up, and
After
it is your
alarm.
turn for watch.
He just-
You
She's
have
a
to
little
say-
bit freaked out after waking up in the middle of the year.
That's fair. That's 100% fair.
Roll your perception check for me.
I will pet sulfur on the head as she's walking away, and then I'll get up, do my watch, roll a perception check, and score pretty high.
Oh, that hurts. I watched that go from 2 high numbers to a low one.
It's surrounded by 3 high numbers, Oscar.
Yeah, but it hit 2 before it went to 3.
Yeah, it was surrounded by 17, 16, and 19. Which, for those playing along at home, means I got a 3. Therefore, that is a 6 on my perception.
6.
And instead of Fenrir this night, I will be the one letting the team down.
Roll
So,
a D100 for
Soon,
me.
there's going to be less people to watch because no one trusts.
So I have to roll a 0
Noting.
on this.
So
Once she's been petted, she goes and actually lies down with Fenrir and goes to sleep.
Okay.
That's a 16.
16. Okay.
So nothing happens. No, nothing happens.
Nothing.
You nothing.
You you take up your watch position and you kind of are a little bit distracted thinking about what's going on around here. And over the course of your watch, one major thing happens.
Major thing.
Damn it.
I was like this.
That kind of draws your attention, but you don't actually catch what it is. There's just a off to, about 30, 40 feet away in the direction. There is a sudden flurry of movement as you see a whole bunch of leaves and twigs getting shoved aside and like moving around in a particular area. It's
Does
quite
my alarm?
quite loud. No, your alarm does not go off. But there's one area of the jungle off to
Within
one
20
direction,
feet
about
of
30,
my
40
so-
feet, just suddenly shakes with this explosive movement and then calms down and you don't hear anything.
I'm
That was the worm, 100%.
nervous.
Yeah, let's go through the jungle. What's the worst that could happen? Let's follow the footsteps.
Listen, mate, you're asleep. Stop interrupting
This
my
is
watch.
his dream. This is his dream.
You have also noticed that the rain has stopped. It's no longer dripping through the canopy.
The rain's in Africa? Stop. Finally.
We are not in Africa, that's for sure.
Toto. Not in Africa.
I'm gonna look
It's a
at.
dog.
I'm gonna look at the micronid
It's my
that's
podcast.
hanging around. I'm gonna be like, "Do you know what that is?
It seems alarmed.
Should I be concerned?"
It doesn't acknowledge you or what you're saying, but it does seem distressed.
Can I take away the...
You see a little, like a little bulb on its back just go...
Quick
Why is
question.
it whenever I talk to you, you do that? I am going to quite concernedly wake up Sariel.
Okay.
Can I take away the D20 so he doesn't try and train one of those?
No.
Sariel,
Ah,
there's just a hell of a lot of movement in the trees. Somewhat explosive movement of the trees. Not the trees didn't explode, but they were moving pretty quickly.
did you have your wand out?
I didn't do it.
Just thought I'd ask.
I was wondering if by any means you knew if there were any aberrations or anything like that around here that weren't our Micronid friends.
Make a nature check.
I'm specifically subtly asking about one of the ranger things, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's an ability that they have.
Ah, right. Very
Doesn't matter either way, I think.
Very nice.
I'm
You
sorry to
don't
wake you up.
have a whole lot of knowledge of the area, Sariel. Are you choosing to have a look around, or are you just going to try and recall information?
Can I use that like a stealth check?
You can't use it like a stealth check, however you can use it. I'm going to allow you to use it if you would like to kind of have a look around in the area.
Appreciate the try.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, if you'd like to roll stealth, you can go for it.
18.
18, okay.
It's pretty good stuff.
I went into
It's on my die that usually gives me 3s. So
confident.
Okay.
Primeval awareness.
Yeah, that's
That's what I was thinking of.
She is an unearthed arcana, but I think it still applies.
Actually, yeah, the same thing still, yeah.
Okay.
I can
I
look at
played
the
it.
sheet that Anna gave me.
Do it, please.
So,
I remember playing it and I remember that.
Sariel,
was a thing
you go
Yeah.
for
What
a
is
bit
it
of a...
called?
Primeval awareness.
Yeah, primeval
Okay,
awareness.
just give me 2 seconds.
Primal.
There's a couple of
Primeval.
pictures. Yeah.
Primeval. Not just regular evil.
Primeval.
The
It's
original.
the primeval. What is that from?
I don't-
Optimus Prime.
After you hand over the Matrix leadership.
And
This was
became
before-
Megatron.
The primeval is from something.
I will cut you for ruining my
Diablo. That's what it's from.
knowledge of transformation.
It's not anything to do with my favourite enemy, is it?
Well, what's your favourite enemy?
What type is your favorite enemy?
Beholder.
No,
Whatever
well,
Beholder is.
there's a type.
That's an
I think that's
aberration, I
a
think.
aberration. Yeah.
That's why he asked for aberrations, I imagine.
But
I was
there should be a
also-
section which
Primeval
is named-
awareness. Okay, so
There
this
we
is
go.
with the unearthed arcana.
Yeah.
Beginning of 3rd level,
Pretty sure it's
powerful
the
link to
same.
beasts in the land around you. You have the ability to communicate with beasts and they recognize you as a kindred spirit. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas to a beast in an action and can read its basic mood and intent. You learn its emotional state, whether it is affected by magic of any sort, and short-term needs such as food or safety, and actions you can take if any to persuade it not to attack. You cannot use this ability against a creature that you have attacked in the last 10 minutes. You can also attune your senses to determine if any of your favoured enemies lurk nearby by spending 1 uninterrupted minute in concentration.
Okay, so
You can sense whether any of your favoured enemies are present within 5 miles. This feature reveals which of your favoured enemies are present, their numbers, and the creature's general direction and distance in miles from you. If
Okay.
there are multiple groups of your favoured enemies, you learn this information for each group.
Okay.
Is that a pen or a knife?
It is a fountain pen.
you do not have any sense that any aberrations are around you currently.
Oh, that's upsetting.
But you go on a bit of a scouting mission. So you've rolled a nature check. Now I'll let you roll a perception check for me.
With advantage.
This is gonna be so.
I just like to say
I'm following behind.
Someday.
Very concerned.
17.
17.
I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was, but I rolled a 13.
Archibald points you in the direction of where he saw it all happen, and you kind of run off to scout that area, being quite stealthy. You reach the point, and he gestures to you that that's where it was. As you kind of stop among the trees, stay into the shadows, you look around, and you see a whole lot of plants. You don't see much else, but then you kind of do a double take, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of the plants look kind of humanoid. And then you realize that there are some like small shrubs and bushes in the center, and they also look like they've got legs and arms. And you see a number of these things in this one little area. None of them have seen you. None of them react to your presence, at least, if they have seen you. But you notice this in exactly the spot that Archibald was showing you where he saw this happen.
Okay, so it's just more treants.
I'm a back away, Stu.
You
Yeah.
have a fight
This is
between
not as
themselves?
big as the treants that you saw earlier, or the treant that you saw earlier.
One treant,
Slowly.
at the moment of its death, exploded and released thousands of treant seeds into the area.
Thousands of little
You're
splinters.
really trying to make us feel bad for wanting to burn this place down, aren't you?
Yeah. You back
You-
away.
You think that.
You move
but I'm
back
still
to
on
your
board with
camp.
That idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not an aberration.
Good to know. I was concerned that we were going to get jumped. But
Well-
sorry for interrupting your sleep.
Yeah.
Not an aberration. Still very creepy.
I will wake you up if they come near the camp. Before I light them on fire.
You are literally looking for moving plants.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to have to really be paying attention to this to
Yes.
see them.
Yes.
It's a needle in a needle.
I wish I had dark vision, but
I'm a wake sulfur. I make her sit with him.
thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to make sleep now.
Your
Okay.
hair's
Good
gonna.
luck.
Archibald's hair's gonna look like yours.
Okay.
As
So
I'm sitting there with Sulfur, I'm just gonna look at her and I'm gonna be like, I know we both really want to mess with each other right now, but I think we need to take our job fairly seriously. So let's just have a truce, at least until we finish with Pestilence.
Her paw goes
Shake.
up like this.
does she shake?
No. But she does sit like a bit more upright, stomps her feet a little bit, and like kind of gets like serious and puts her ears
Nice.
doesn't pay attention to you
Alright.
so much, but like it's acknowledgement of what you're saying.
Every
But
time
it's-
you shift and make a noise, you watch her one ear go like that
Yeah.
Ah,
to hear
yeah,
you.
yeah.
She's like being serious.
Got a little
Don't
foxy
forget the
bit like
mushrooms are our friends.
Make a history check for me.
that. Shrooms.
I think we both know that's 19.
19. Yeah. You, for the rest of your watch, the one thing you really take note of, you don't see anything, but the one thing you do take note of is that you've seen a couple of times these Myconids moving in and out through your camp. It seems to be on some like patrol or they're gathering stuff moving in and out. One of these mechanisms in particular that you've noticed kind of had a bit of a limp. It was as it was moving through, moved out in that direction, and hasn't returned.
Oh,
Sacrifice for the greater good.
the greater good. Okay.
Your little cloaked dude is still with you. But
Okay.
I was hoping that was the one.
Do I have a wolf on one side and then this Myconid on
a
the
little
other?
bit. The Myconid is
Swear to
keeping its
God.
distance. It doesn't get within a meter
This
of kind of
happens
anyone,
again.
but yes. a
This
little bit.
happens again.
Right, cool.
I
I'm just gonna...
got you like a fish.
It's not up to me.
Josh, can you just build the biggest of bridges and just get the fuck over it?
I am. I don't have the permit. I need to go and find. What was it?
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna take note of that. And I know the Myconid's probably not gonna answer, but I'm just gonna be like, was he close? Like, the one that was limping that just walked away, did he just go off to die? Or was that... What happened there? I do speak Myconid.
It doesn't react to you. But somewhere towards the end of your watch, you see it get a little distressed, and it starts walking in circles around like the exit to your little grove, in that direction.
Alright.
You do notice that.
I really wish I had some form of spell that would let me see things far away for like an hour.
That is your fault for always choosing human.
That
question.
that wasn't
Jesus
Firebolt.
Christ.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel it.
Hang on.
Hanging on.
Oh, gee.
Myconid's technically a beast.
No.
They're technically a plant.
Yeah. The humanoid though.
You just
wouldn't
confirmed
they?
this.
They are a
Plant
small
is
plant.
one of the categories.
Pretty sure they are.
It's where this is.
Flora.
No, it's not.
Some.
Yes,
Oh wait,
it
yes
is.
it is. What the fuck?
Because you had
Okay.
true.
Yeah, they are technically a plant.
It's literally the one
please?
post-it note I've put in your book that's helpful.
Oscar.
Hasn't been
Can
helpful
you
for so long.
please go
Till this
to
one time.
page.
394 of the player's handbook.
Yes, definitely.
I don't think the player's handbook is that long.
Not with that attitude.
277 of the PHB.
Yep.
Third
Left
paragraph.
column, not the bottom one, but the one above it.
Oh, you're checking it up.
Yep. Give me a second. I'll wait for the dial up to pick up.
It says at the
277
bottom with the DM's discretion, so it's 277.
Yep.
on the right hand side.
Says here.
No, on the left hand side.
Oh, over there. Okay.
At least
I
I
mean-
feed it
I don't have the one on the right hand side.
Yet.
so far.
It specifically classified beasts.
I don't see that.
Yeah, but it says at the DM's discretion.
That's the favour part.
He's discreet enough.
In case anyone was wondering, that was me attempting to talk Oscar into letting me do speaks of animals on a mic in it.
It was worth a shot. I think Glenn will be proud of that.
Why
So-
not
It's
proud
like,
of
do
that?
the Myconid
Archibald, your
speaks,
watch comes to an end.
merchants can't.
Okay.
Your watch comes to an end.
I
I'm
wonder if we can
gonna
teach it sign language in like 5 minutes.
I'm gonna get up and walk over to the Myconid near the end, like at the end of my watch, because I know everyone else will be waking up soon, and I trust the Myconids to keep them safe. And I'm gonna be like, all right, let's find out what happened there. Sulfur, you stay here, protect the camp. And I am
She goes,
going.
Separate the party.
I'm
Separate
going on
the
a
party. Separate the party.
fool's errand to find a mushroom with a limp. It's gone missing.
Okay.
I am going to go as far as the humanoid trees, but no further.
Okay.
I'm not going to go within their line of sight at all.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me.
That's not good.
and roll a
I'm going
perception
to
check.
cast Prestidigitation on my cloak and make it green,
Okay. And
which I should have done yesterday.
roll a perception check for me.
Yeah, Archibald
Natural
hasn't unveiled the memory about how camo works yet.
Yeah. You
That's why I was distracted last night.
You
I
follow
could
the
use
path
hot
down.
pink, but that wouldn't blend in.
You follow the path down and stick behind a tree, and you peer around into where Zariel was looking, and you immediately spot, having had this described to you, you immediately spot the number of humanoid-looking trees. A lot of them only small. Some of the ones on the outskirts are a little bit bigger, and they look to be kind of formed in different ways. Like the bigger ones seem to be vines intertwined with each other, whereas the ones in the middle seem to be just small dead bushes with a lot of twigs all over them. But they definitely look humanoid, and you see in the center, in a kind of like bed of vines and twigs, just the remains of what looks to be a little mushroom.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh.
I'm gonna say to my
Wrong
myconid
one.
friend, "Too late, buddy. I'm sorry." And I'm gonna head back.
Oh.
Does he follow?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
He doesn't seem to comprehend. So.
head back to the
Poor
camp.
little buddy.
I continue, please.
I'd like to think that you woke up and got really excited that you didn't see the fucking micronid around, and then I show up out of the trees and you're like, "Damn it!" and ruin our cover for everything.
Yeah.
Just like echoes through the
So
mountains.
it is a new day. Everyone gets a long rest.
Today is a new
Just to be clear, that makes it the 15th floor.
Makes it the 15th. Yep. Let me mark that off myself. There we go. Now, you once again you go through your morning rituals. You have discussions in the morning, and you realize that Silkus is kind of fast asleep. He hasn't woken up immediately with the rest of you.
Oh.
Can I?
Hey, Sulfur,
Make-
get him.
no.
She's just kind of
I
gonna go.
regret my actions.
Because you just told her to be serious.
Oh, true.
Um,
Sorry.
She is a good dog.
Can I make Silkus something like some sort of tea or something that smells really nice and maybe like whoop it under his nose?
You can
You
roll a Constitution check, Silkus.
you come into you go into my tent and I'm
smelling
like
salts.
arms over. I'm completely like
Flannel pajamas.
no, I'm still in the clothes I was wearing.
I'm genuinely surprised you don't sleep naked.
I have pajamas for every situation. 12.
12. It takes some wafting, but he does
Chamomile
come
tea?
to his senses after a minute or so.
English breakfast?
Big
Common
favour of-
breakfast?
Common breakfast.
Oh. Mm.
You're right.
Huh?
You're right.
Yeah. 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 Oh.
Can I like open his eye and like peer into it, kind of like doctors do with the torch?
You
Is that the torch?
certainly can. Roll a medicine check.
Cast light in his eyeball.
Yeah. On his eyeball, he is the light.
No, that wouldn't help.
11.
11. You don't see anything wrong with him.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Was I asleep?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
And like I just check person. Ah, of course. Don't worry. I kind of. I think I must have just been really tired after the fight from yesterday, and I think I forgot to trance, and I didn't realize that was the case. That's a problem. I'm tired, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I wanna.
I'm in the tent.
Do you believe him?
Are you in the tent? I
Can I
I
do
think
the,
I
picture
I
the
think
all
the
in the
combination
tent.
of
One's an
the,
old tent,
I
you're all in
think
there.
the combination of we're going towards a spreader of sickness, the fact that you didn't get out of your tent on time, and the fact that I can hear what you're saying has given me enough pause to believe that you are making up bullshit, and I want to find
Yeah,
out.
Oh,
I was just gonna
insight
say,
check.
can I
Wow.
insight check?
Okay.
Roll either persuasion
Okay.
or deception.
9. 6. Oh boy, I cannot beat that.
Either persuasion or deception. Your
That's
choice.
upsetting.
Hold on.
Did he roll like a 20?
24.
He rolled an 18.
24.
I guess this bad feeling I have in the back of my head is just
You suspect something
Indigestion.
initially. You suspect something initially, but at
I'm
the smooth words of Silkus, he
Telling the
eventually
truth. As far as
allays
you
your,
know.
allays your suspicions, and he seems to be genuine.
No, I am genuine. I'm.
Everything always seems. Everything always seems.
Like how the DM is like, I am genuine.
This world
And
is.
he's like,
you
well,
failed
just-
me this day.
well, that's what you get when you try to incite a guy with +6.
Mate,
Mate.
mate, I will
Mate.
incite you right
Telling
now.
the truth.
That's not better.
Okay,
That's
so
alright. That's alright. No, I'm fine. I'm just. That was.
anything else anyone would
Oh,
like
that
to
tea.
say?
And I'll start drinking the tea.
Can we?
Can I make the tea into a truth serum?
No.
You get fed sodium pentothal.
I
in
said,
your
Can I make it
breakfast
poisonous?
burrito.
To which I have the antidote. You can give me the antidote.
Can I,
If you would
as
like.
as the only
You've already made the tea.
quick
so.
question, as the only alchemist here, can I be able to know that she cannot
has
make
already
true
made her
serum?
tea.
I wouldn't have poisoned you.
She's already made the tea. She can't
I
poison it.
know
would've.
when the true serum is a thing.
Unless
not
she
sure.
makes it.
Unless
another
anyone
hand.
else has anything they would like to add to this situation, then we will
I have a lovely tea
move on.
for breakfast.
So those
Well,
tree
actually,
things up
something
in
I'd like to do.
that clearing over there.
Yeah, what about
They
it?
apparently eat micronids. Bit higher up on the food chain.
Can I
would
look
say.
over at the little mic and be like, "Don't say that."
Oh, I'm sure it's probably part of the
It seems
circle of life.
completely oblivious to the situation.
I don't really think. Well, they're more intelligent than. Anyway, so wait. So what did you get up to last night?
Went on a couple of adventures while you were asleep.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Kill Pestilence.
Yeah. Oh, I'm done. Let's get home. I miss Ken.
There was a massive explosion of trees and stuff like that, and Sariel and I went to investigate. Sariel found some tree creatures. Later on, I saw a little Markinid dude just limping out into the forest in that general direction, and
Always
then
ready
I,
to salute.
and then close to the end of my watch, when I figured you guys would be fairly safe, sunlight was rising and everything like that. I went and investigated. Turns out the little dude had been. He was about halfway through being eaten by trees. It was bizarre.
Oh, well, all good things must come to an end. Like this breakfast. Let's get going.
Okay. So
You
head off
haven't
once more.
touched yours.
Right.
I'm going to assume same marching order unless you would like to
Yep.
change it.
No, I like to keep it.
I actually want to go in the back because of the tree thingies freaking me out a little bit.
Okay. So you switch to the back, and John, you're now second to last. Unless you would like to change. Okay. Good.
Yep.
I'll stay
so
back and so I can pet Sulfur.
I am high on alert.
Make a perception check for
I'm
me,
second.
sir.
high
I'm
on
behind Finrod.
alert.
High on alert.
Okay, so you're second.
Yeah.
Actually, alert does sound like the name for a kind of methamphetamine.
Yeah, kind of actually. Yeah. Told you,
Perception
Mom.
checks
I
out.
don't take alert.
15.
Okay.
15.
I'm just naturally perceptive.
22. Nice.
I
So-
am keeping alert. I'm kind of alert myself. Can I roll as well?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to, you can
No.
go for it as well.
13.
Cool. Okay. So, Sariel, throughout the course of the day, throughout the course of this first hour or so, you notice that the Myconid, as you set off, the little Myconid cannot keep up with your group. He is really trying, but he's back there just trying to trot along behind you. He's just unable to go fast enough.
Let's walk fast.
Eventually, if you continue walking,
Monster.
you do lose him.
Before we lose him,
No.
I will stop and kind of offer a piggyback. If he doesn't choose to get onto it, I will kind of point at him to go home.
Roll an animal handling check for me.
Can we start a new campaign?
We already tried that the last time there was a
Six.
Myconid involved.
6.
And you weren't happy with it.
You kind of
I rolled it.
you kind of
We've
duck
had
down.
3 separate campaigns and
and-
all had a Myconid.
It seems willing to
Goddamn
approach you,
shroom.
but it doesn't understand what you're doing.
I can't run away from it.
It just kind of gives you.
What about me pointing at it? Go home.
It doesn't seem to comprehend. It kind of just.
Don't want him to follow us into
Sounds
sunlight. Like,
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. You can't seem to communicate with him, so he just seems to be trotting along behind you, for the moment at least.
If we've paused for a moment, I'm going to like clear the leaves off an area of dirt, and then with my finger draw a crude drawing of a Myconid piggybacking on top of Sariel in the mud.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh, come on, please.
Yes, please roll high on this.
Oh! This is the opposite to Genprac.
Oh.
Natural
never
one.
I'm so bad at drawing.
The Myconid doesn't understand
quick question.
symbolism.
This is
Seeing-
like a
seeing that,
picture of
could
a
I have a try?
Myconid being split in half.
Can I give it a go?
What are you trying to do?
I'm
Tell
gonna
it to go.
I get what he's trying to do, and I want to see if I can make.
I'm gonna say he draws it pretty well. But it just doesn't comprehend.
what if we demonstrate? Somebody come jump on my back.
If you've got ideas for something different, go for it.
I assume you mean not me?
You're pretty heavy, so yeah, not you.
Yeah.
You did last week.
You had it.
No, I didn't.
You've always had my own illusion.
No, I haven't.
I've never had my own illusion. Have I had my own illusion?
I don't
So
remember.
I'd like
No.
us to completely disregard the entire dream memory sequence from last week.
Oh no, that's encode thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go, encode some thoughts into this thing. Give
Just
him my
like-
memories of the
I find
big
it very
face.
funny how like
Can I draw the big face in the dirt?
I find it very funny how like canonically like John is not particularly like bulky and also not particularly tall, but he's still quite heavy for some reason.
I'll take my staff and I'll just start drawing with the staff.
I mean, it doesn't seem to comprehend what you're trying to do. So
Can I
Still
like?
draw. Okay.
Because I've already tried something. Never mind.
you can try something else if you've got an idea.
Well, I was gonna like make Sulfur like come to me, and I'll like pick her up,
Okay, roll another animal handling check for me.
like show him what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
It's cocked. You can see. Guess what it is?
That's
Natural
true.
20.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh boy.
That would be a 24 because I'm actually proficient in animal
You
handling.
get on the most pointless.
The
things.
cocked was
Oh,
between
it's
a
like a
3 and a
Myconid, right?
15, so I'm really
Yep.
glad.
Good roll. Good roll.
You and Sulfur enact what you're trying to do with the Myconid. It curiously wanders up to you, sees it happen, and then you watch it do this little like hop forward, and you kind of crouch down next to it, and suddenly,
fit my
suddenly the like you feel through your clothing. It's like own fungal growths go through your clothing and kind of grip, and it almost hurts. But now, just above your
I've seen
waist,
enough hentai to know
you
what
now
it's like.
have 4 legs adhered to your clothing. It's rather gross to feel the fungi on your back, but it is adhered to your back right now. It is kind of getting in the way of your quiver a little bit, bumping it to the side, and the bow in the case has been skewed, but it is there.
I am so grossed out right now. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay, so I would like you, since you're at the front, to roll a D100 for me.
Yeah, what's Fenrir, by the way?
He's at the front. He's already rolled deception.
56.
56.
We walk past
Okay.
another village. Of micro.
Oh.
Or major nerds.
Wow. Wow.
So you
Yeah, I know,
continue
I
to
know.
move, and you move once again back out into the less dense area of the jungle, and the microneedle on your back seems to dislike being out in sunlight. There is little sunlight, but every time you kind of pass through a shaft of light, it kind of huddles against your back. But as you go, you see a couple times up through the canopy, you see a large bird-looking thing fly over a couple times.
Is it a rock?
It looks to be relatively close. You can see the outline of feathers and colours. It looks to be quite brightly coloured. It's got this red kind of neck. The neck feathers are all this bright red colour, while the rest of it seems to be this very brilliant blue.
Is it a rock?
Make a perception check again for me now that you're actually looking at it.
Alright, fine.
So I'm wearing.
I did worse when I was looking at it. I want to roll again. It's better. I'll take that one.
It looks like a large bird, but it looks relatively close to you. So
That's a big bird.
yeah, it definitely not 200 feet wingspan.
Okay. Slightly smaller bird, but still a pretty big bird.
Yeah. So
Is it
you see it fly over a
is it
couple
yellow
times.
and goes down Sesame Street?
Big
No.
bird.
No, it's blue with red
Everyone
ruffles
knows big-
and giant yellow spiky wings. It's
Everyone
a combination
knows-
of all three.
Everyone
I'm
knows Big
terrified.
Bird is a flightless bird, please.
My apologies.
Just imagine the environment that Big Bird evolved in to end up with that colouring.
God.
Bright yellow long grass, I suppose.
It doesn't directly seem to harass you,
Good.
and over the next couple of hours, Fenrir slows you down and kind of gives a warning. We're getting close. It's just up ahead.
Right.
We should probably move off to the side a little bit so that we can
Okay.
see it before they see us.
Alright.
He heads into the jungle once more, kind of towards the mountain range, and leads you just around up a little bit of an incline, and you reach a point where, as you peek out from the trees, you see these large ruins coming up out of the ground, covered in moss and vines. There is one door that you see kind of on the left, and this huge stone wall, some of it partly collapsed, but still mostly standing, extending out to your right as you look at it. As you watch, everyone make a perception check for me.
10.
11.
9.
Wow.
Oh, we're on
I
to
really
straight.
want
We're
to
on
be
to
8,
straight.
but I'm actually 14.
Dang it.
14.
I would not put money on this hand.
I would say that my attention is split
wait.
between seeing everything and telling Backpack
If-
that it's going to be very dangerous and you should probably stay here.
Hang on. If Sulfur and Fenrir get a 13 and a 12, we can fix this.
It is.
Fenrir did
Do you want me to do one for Sulfur and see if
Yes.
she gets a
Sure.
15?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure.
Ignore what Oscar says, yes.
No.
Oh.
Damn it.
She got
Fenrir, what if
21.
Fenrir?
She
Fenrir
got 21.
We can still work with the 4 out of 5.
Sulfur got 21. by the way.
Fenrir got an 11. Fenrir got
Damn it. Yeah, you already
Stole
had
my
11.
thunder.
Yeah. Okay.
Way to take it.
So, Sariel, you see just once as it passes by this probably about human size, but short, real fat and round, and real ugly looking thing just briefly passed by the
Oh
entrance.
Jesus, the cassowary. He has cassowary guards.
It's not a bird, not a bird shape. It looks like Gollum from Pokemon.
Golem from Pokemon. Oh, okay.
It's just like a big round thing with legs on the bottom, and you just
Hey,
briefly
guys.
see it move out.
Push
and
it
then back
on
in.
its back. It can't
There's
move.
like a walking blueberry, but it's not blue.
Violet.
That's what I was picturing.
Hey,
Just
Okay.
you know,
let's.
droll in it.
Maybe we should stay here and just
Anyone
keep
else
an
see
eye on
that?
things.
I personally didn't, but
I
I'm
didn't
glad
see it at
someone
all.
did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep an eye out for tortoises with guns on their backs.
Is that a Blastoise reference?
Yes.
Oh god.
For God's sakes!
Yeah.
Violet!
Tonight in tortoises.
I preferred Violet from Willy Wonka, okay? I preferred that
It's funny because
reference.
there's also a mushroom Pokemon.
Finger kind of says,
Yeah, Shroomish.
I'd be more than happy to let us all spread out and give it a proper look, or maybe move around the whole place.
Spread like fungal.
But
Let's do
we
it.
need to be careful here. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Thank God.
Hey.
We ended 2 hours early.
Yeah, 2
Wow.
hours early, guys. We could have gone for it until 12.
You nailed that time slot.
Yeah, fucking
Guys,
did.
good news. I just found out that I can get fiber in my area now, like fiber internet, not
Hey, that's
special
good.
So
Fucking finally.
who knows? I may usurp the internet contract from my mother and buy decent
Oscar.
internet.
Nice,
Yes.
man.
I just want to
So
tell
proud
you
of
how
you.
wonderfully grateful I am that you've finished the session here because Fenris saying let's split the party. It's literally the last line on my page.
You haven't
So I
written-
timed it
you
perfectly in more than one way.
You haven't written end of session yet.
Also,
Yeah, no, and I do that, but that's okay to have under a line.
Also, I'm just
Yeah.
glad because I need to be up in like 5 and so hours.
Jesus Christ.
5-6 hours, yeah.
Well, we are going to.
I love that you actually read my notes for the other campaign, Glenn. So you actually know how I end them. Every
Don't
single
peek behind the
time.
curtain. They don't know about the other campaign.
There
No,
is no other campaign.
He's the only one.
Special
swear.
Patreon content.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to call it here. Thank you everybody for coming by and watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to give us a follow here on Twitch. It is always appreciated. You can follow us on... Yeah, I pointed in the right direction. You can follow us on
Nice.
Twitter up there at MaxOutOfficial. Me over there at Crusader, and everyone else at their handles just below their little circle.
Also,
Yes.
we have something to plug. Someone has a YouTube channel doing little
He's doing
digital
YouTube.
Lego
We
stuff.
also do YouTube, but he's doing YouTube.
What's the
Rattles
URL?
121?
Yes,
It
Rattles 121.
Yeah.
It's not the /user/Rattles 121 because channel names are bullshit now. So
Yeah, they are.
yeah, just look up Rattles 121. I'm the naked tree Minecraft man in the thumbnail. You'll
Yes.
find me.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because in like probably another few months there'll be more to plug, which would be really cool.
In,
Things are happening.
In
First Japan.
in episode 2, I do get pants, so stay tuned for that this week.
he gets employed. So he paid
It
for
was
pants. Or
actually
he
more
robbed for a job.
painful than I expected just to get a pair of pants in that game. Like,
I
Were
better
they-
say,
I
like,
still haven't found sheep.
Did they have the thorns
just wearing
enchantment?
leather.
I was thinking like, was it painful to put them on because like it had starch, so it's like very stiff to put on.
Oh, they're
Chase.
not broken in at all.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh god! Get some talcum powder, you'll be fine.
Thank you everybody for watching. We will see you next week at 7:30
Yeah.
AEST. Remember, in 2 weeks from now, we are shifting that back an hour and a half to 6 o'clock PM Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Without
so
me.
we'll be starting an hour and a half early. Until then, thank you so much.
Love you all.
I don't.
Wow.
No, I do. I'm lying.
I hate shrooms. On the record.
He does. It's true. He's a horrible person. How long can we keep talking before he actually mutes us?
Take it easy.